relax, and enjoy the show. I'm going to put a marker right here for our awesome archivist, Dragon Raider X, letting him know we're getting back into the game. I am aware of a current issue with the Into Waterdeep playlist that will hopefully be rectified later tonight. I've got Dragon on it because he's a badass, and we'll go from there. I'm going to tab over to this screen, and we're going to get started. It has been a week in our time and about 10 seconds in Waterdeep. Some things have happened in the City of Splendors, and our illustrious players are right at the core of everything. You guys have had to deal with some problems, let's say. A fireball was detonated in the street outside of your property, Trollskull Manor, which you're currently in the process of fixing up. People died. Several people died. And witnesses to the event were questioned. The Watch showed up. You met Captain... I almost said Corellian, that's not his name. Captain Cromley and Investigator Barnabas Blastwind. You had some altercations with them. One of the witnesses, young Markham Trek, had in his possession a necklace of fireballs, which he almost detonated a second time, but was talked down by Pierce Valavaril and led safely to the care of Blackstaff Tower. And then you guys kind of reconnoitered and started talking about what happened. The Black Viper overheard, went to go check on Rochelle the Page Turner, but revealed herself accidentally. She was chased off by Braden Coy, and the rest of you went to check on Rochelle, who was shaken, both from the death of Melun Wardragon the previous day, and the Black Viper storming into a shop after a traumatic event. It's been a rough couple of days for the KnightLites and the citizens of Waterdeep at large. I think we fade right back in Rochelle's shop. You guys, some of you at least, the twins, Lawrence and Connie, are helping Rochelle put the shop back together, take a breather. Rochelle is not dealing with the shock well. Lawrence is making tea, and you guys were having a conversation. I think we fade back in a little bit after where we stopped last week. Some time has passed. Those of you who want it have tea. Rochelle has tea. He's calmer, and the five of you are, like, organizing the loose papers and the spilled books from when the Black Viper swung in and then out again from the window. I think, Braden, do you come in from the window or the door?
I would come in from the door, not to freak out Rochelle anymore.
I think
I'll knock on it and shout up to the rest of them. Stop back.
Right. Well, I think it's fair to say that everybody is downstairs at this point, just like putting stuff away, opening the shop, trying to because Rochelle needs to take his mind off of what happened, right?
Right.
And then Braden comes back in, and Rochelle is the first one to speak. He's got his back to the door. He says, welcome to the Bookworm's Treasure. I'm afraid we're not quite Master Coy. I'm wondering where you got off to. I take it you weren't too troubled by our guest. And looks at his teacup for a second. Thank you again, Master Parnassus. Takes a drink.
I mean, Lawrence would just raise his own teacup and offer another to Braden.
Braden will take it as like, well, I wasn't too troubled by them, but I did manage to catch up and take a sip.
Did you manage to catch him?
Yeah, definitely Black Viper.
Blink, blink.
I mean, both eyebrows go up on Lawrence. Like,
Rochelle's
hello.
cup rattles on its saucer.
Rochelle, breathe.
Sorry, it was just a misunderstanding. They weren't after the thing.
Let me guess, a young woman? Young-ish?
Looks like Sockham, like, right, how do you know?
Yeah, Connie's confused suddenly.
He, crosses his arm and nods his head. Right, so it is the one I encountered.
I mean, Lawrence would look over like, excuse me?
You had an encounter with her?
Yes, and this is good because this means I can confirm for you, Rochelle, that the Black Viper, this one at least, means you know her.
There's more than one?
I don't much... Rochelle has been writing down everything that you're saying, and then you say more than one, and you see him stop and, grip his pen.
Rashal, breathe. Lawrence has probably been doing this for the last several minutes.
Oh yeah, no, certainly.
I doubt there's more than one.
If it's a title, there are probably fakers, but this is probably the most relevant one to take the name, which means you're fine, Rashal.
Fine.
Not
she
in any
was not.
danger.
Aye. She wasn't after information on, like, Lane's in about the stone.
Ah,
The what?
perhaps I should, there are certain, memory deletion charms. Perhaps I should employ one, and, that
You-
is a rather... The stone isn't even in Waterdeep. Why is...
Brayden gets a look on his face like about that.
What?
I mean, Lawrence is giving Braden a flat look like, okay, what the hell did I miss?
Start
is
from
something-
the beginning
is
on
it-
this.
If this is something big, we should probably spare Rashal from it, right? Like,
I mean,
As the official
actually-
chronicler of the Legend of the KnightLites, I feel it is my oath-sworn duty to uphold the proper cataloging of your guild's affairs.
aye, but if it puts you in danger, then no.
You make a stirring point, Master Koi. Nevertheless,
As long as none of us open our mouths, looks at Sockham about it, you should be fine.
you didn't know I encountered the Black Viper until now, did you?
No.
We probably should have known.
Can we?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that would have been nice to know.
Quite. It is hard to catalog things that I'm not informed of. Circling back to the Stone of Galore, no one aside from us, I'm sure there are many people who seek the Stone of Galore, but no one aside from us and Master Averill, of course, knows that, we know that the Stone of Galore is in Neverwinter, right?
Can't confirm that.
About that.
About that?
What?
It's not in Neverwinter.
No,
I assure
don't
you,
know.
Master Koi, my magic is adequate and second. Well, I won't say second to none, as our dear illustrious Archmage Safar presides within the city. But I did not miscast that spell. The Stone of Galore is in Neverwinter.
Is there more than one? I ask a second time.
Hold on a minute. I'm not
could it have
doubting
been
your.
moved since the casting?
It would have had to have been moved promptly, and
Can people find out when you cast that through other means?
yes, but it's not a typical scrying spell. It wasn't as if I peered upon Lord Silverhand in the bath, so to say. That's traceable. It's more encyclopedic, academic.
Rainier has the stone,
I'm sorry.
He what?
What?
Well then,
and he's back in Waterdeep.
surprise, I guess.
I was trying to say that, but fucking
It's a bit of a hectic moment.
I don't mean to. That can't be. That's of anyone to take the Stone of Galore from the possession of Lord Daggled Neverember. His progeny is the bottom of that list. There's no conceivable way that Rainier Neverember could have the Stone of Galore, I assure you.
Considering how much he hates his father, I wouldn't much
I assure you, it's quite mutual.
by the sounds of it, everyone hates Daggle. It's besides the point.
Well, in Waterdeep, less so in Neverwinter.
Well, apparently going by Miss Viper, he has the stone and he's back in Waterdeep.
Is Viper someone we can trust by word of mouth?
I am.
I mean, considering that she's working with Gestures at Sockham,
She saved me from getting mugged that one time you guys found me in an alley.
Wait, the two of you are working together?
not him specific.
I don't mean to pry, Master Sockham, but who is the woman behind the mask?
That I cannot tell you, but what I can tell you is she has an agreement with the Harpers.
If anybody can see what Rochelle is writing, he writes the word paramour with a question mark.
I don't know if I'd be able to, like, I'm probably sitting somewhere else.
Lawrence probably can, because he's passing out tea.
I mean, Lawrence is probably fighting not to laugh his ass off. Also, he's probably looking at the teacup and thinking, I'm probably going to have to ask Embrick and Avi for some alcohol because I'm not drunk enough for this.
Right. Back on the topic, Master Koi, I don't mean to doubt your abilities or your contacts, but I'm sooner going to trust a tried and tested spell, legalized, ratified, and controlled by our illustrious Blackstaff Tower over the word of a thief and assassin.
He's got a point.
Assassins.
That is fair, but easiest way to confirm it is to ask Rainier himself, wherever he is.
I could not agree more. When you find him, I wish you luck in the interrogation, and I do hope that he is forthcoming. I shall not be joining you on that hunt, as you can imagine.
I think perhaps it's best you
Expected.
not.
Might I inquire on your illustrious selves another question?
Fire away.
What was that, noise a few moments ago?
Which one?
No.
He just, like, gestures outside. Rattled the windows.
Fireball.
Think about fireball.
I'm sorry,
We haven't told you about that yet, have we?
Master Rockham.
Better just
It
to
sounded as if you
lay it
said
on.
fireball.
Yeah,
Big,
someone
loud
shot a
explosion of
fireball in
fire.
I am
Yeah.
familiar with the.
Yes.
I'm acutely familiar with the. Now, I don't mean to split hairs, but do you mean a ball of fire, or do you mean the arcane conjuration, commonly
This-
denoted as fireball?
One of them
spell.
had a necklace of it, so I would assume
Necklace. A fireball.
Yeah, went on some of the rosters.
Well, I presume.
Centered right on our front doorstep, the rude
And we are
buggers.
grateful that no one was hurt, I'm certain.
about that.
Just simultaneous
Let's
wins
see.
for everyone.
I see. Well, as
It's
long as the
not-
perpetrator has been taken to justice, I'm sure.
we are terrible.
is
This
It's
seems to be
complicated, Rochelle.
this seems to be a job for the KnightLites, I believe. Yes, quite
We
so.
are investigating it.
Um,
And on that note, I have some information.
Yes, information is something that we deal in here at the Books One Stretcher. The floor is yours, Master Koi, and he begins writing again.
And, you know, Lawrence is just going to keep topping off Rochelle's tea because if it helps him, then great. But
Me too, please.
I am just
yeah.
crushed by
Lawrence
silent
is gonna
giggles
be
over here. I
treating
cannot.
everybody.
The timing was great.
it's great.
I could not ask for a better crew for this module. Go on.
You're welcome.
Right?
Hey. Well,
And you were worried to have me and Grace.
And I have been
Well-
proven right time and again. Go on, Delta.
Hey!
I keep trying to talk. I keep getting talked over. Fucking
Go.
Go on!
You're all awesome. Anyway, from the information that I could glean out of our illustrious thief that decided to rudely intervene in your homestead, the main likely target was the gnome that was.
There was a no. Do you have a name?
No. Well, they're.
No. But he was about yay tall, male.
I'm familiar with the height of a gnome, Miss Gambleson.
Well, yes, but if you happen to know the individual, height might help. Like, describe what she could make out.
Yeah,
from
okay.
the...
You know what?
Lawrence is going to assist. Obviously,
It's
he's right
completely
there.
fair that Rochelle can make a history check with disadvantage. Because he knows things. That's his shtick.
And also, if this happens to be a local person, then maybe you've seen him around.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it was from Centaurum.
Oh! Lovely.
That would explain why I have no idea whom you're describing.
Huh.
Oh, well,
Regular
Go by
dealings
the
with the
Viper.
Zentarum, do you?
Not really.
not
Try to
really.
avoid it.
I mean-
really.
I was under the intention none of us had dealings with that.
I mean, Lord
Besides-
Strigian and I wrote like, okay, I have clearly missed something. What the hell?
You
Well, you would
understand
like
how this looks. I can see the cover of the Gazette now. A front page story about a fireball in front of Troll Skull Manor after it has been acquired by your goodly selves, and the primary victim seems to be a member of the Centaur. This is not going to bode well for the reputation of the KnightLites, I'm afraid.
That's a good thing we don't work on reputation alone.
Reputation means a great deal in Waterdeep, Master Rockham.
Time will prove that.
It probably won't help any that I still have. Well, no, it's changed look, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
You'll have to elaborate.
I mean, yeah, Lord
Azure
doesn't
Edge.
like.
Oh, Cody just kind of face palms.
Rashal just looks
Here we go
down.
Shawl, breathe.
I'm still in possession of it, and I don't think Lord Silverhand has made her announcement yet.
I'm the wrong person to ask, as Master Coy came by early this morning.
Glances at Braden.
Yes, it's...
So for once, I wasn't the one that gave critical information.
In
Congrats.
defense of Master Coy, I did ask. Many of us were familiar with the exploits of Master War Dragon. He's saved many lives.
It sounds like he was well liked around here.
He was a man of the people. Most heroes, forgive me, after a certain point, care more about nobles and their time at court. Mert the Merciless comes to mind immediately. But Melun spent his time among the... I hesitate to say rabble, but the common folk, drinking and listening to their problems and solving them. It's hard not to like a person like that.
Sounds like a good man.
And capable, besides, venturing down into the Undermountain and Skullport for a very long time. He'll be missed. I am surprised, Master Sorghum, that you have taken on the duties of bearing Azure Edge, even if it is even if it is incognito.
I don't know about that. So how come you have been kind of advertising it, as it were?
Yes, I kind of had to advertise it earlier to the guards so we could make our way past.
On the topic, precisely who is investigating this, don't get me wrong, terrible catastrophe, but just, for the sake of the record, who will the KnightLites be dealing with in this investigation?
Can I insight that?
Sure.
Something feels weird about that sentence.
Sure.
Well, naturally, after the city guards arrived, the watch arrived.
Okay.
What was the name of the investigator guy?
Last one.
Last one.
I mean, yeah, Rockham, like, with that role, yeah, like, it's an idle question, and Rashal is always looking to get more information, but, yeah, there is something weird about that question. You can't put your finger on it, but he's definitely alluding to something.
In my mind, I'm thinking someone who's inquisitive is a good cover-up for someone trying to figure out who's after him.
Right?
But, okay. Good to know.
Well, it was Investigator Blastwind, but by Pierce's display, I think it might be under Blackstaff now.
Among others.
I would imagine you are under Blackstaff, Mr. Coy, but oh dear. I suppose,
mess.
in the interest of sharing, I am familiar with Investigator Blastwind. Specifically, we are in the same guild.
Is this a bad thing?
That depends entirely upon you.
Well, they didn't seem to take too kindly to.
Investigator Blastwind will likely be coming to me for information. I am sworn to be forthcoming.
We've given you no information that would put us at risk.
I quite agree, but
Or, or Waterdeep writ large.
I assure you, Inspector Blastwind has Waterdeep's future at heart, as do I.
I would hope so.
We just want to find out what happened to.
Do I have any reason to believe that Investigator Blastwind and the KnightLites writ large are at odds with one another?
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
Wonderful, wonderful. I can assure you that Inspector Blastwind is both thorough and cunning. He will not stop until the perpetrators are brought to justice, but at the same time, he is a proponent of the rule of law, which means he won't be skulking about inside Trollskull Manor after dark without permission, for example. Nevertheless,
That is good to know.
he may be less forthcoming with you, and if he asks it of me, I must as well.
That's only fair.
Understandable.
Wouldn't want to put you at risk.
Seeing as how, Shawl, I have the deed and one of the keys, if he comes by and wants to be let in, let him know to come over to the Steam and Steel. I'd be happy to help him.
I will do so
Anyway.
forthwith, though I do not doubt that he knows who you are. It is a matter of public record, after all. You likely did not need to do it yourself, but I understand that you acquired the deed from one Volothamp Gedon, who, of course, had to go through the Department of Public Works to transfer the deed to you.
Quite.
Unless Volo is Volo and did something off the wall.
If that is the case, then you are in possession of stolen property, so I would hope not.
So, there is one other matter I feel we need to double check.
Alright.
Go on.
Before we can let an investigator investigate our new property, we should probably make sure there are no more mimics.
Mimics?
Yeah, that was an unpleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Have you considered an exterminator?
We dealt with it. Courtesy of
So
Master
the answer
Embrick and
flatly is yes, Master Parnassus. Very well. Mimics, plural mimics, more than one.
There
There
was
was two.
apparently my brother picked one up and threw it out the window with him while I was out of the room.
I almost got eaten, and I was a bear.
Ghastly things, mimics.
Quite.
Aye.
Almost as bad as oozes. Be grateful you don't have to deal with those.
We did, in our basement.
Multiple.
It was,
Might I recommend
That-
fumigating the entirety of Trollskull Manor?
and at that point,
We did.
Lawrence would probably lean over and do the whole Bioshock finger snap and just produce flame. Dealt with.
Well, you must be commended that the wooden building still stands, Master Parnassus. Well done. I might if you're selling, I might buy at some point if I find myself in such a predicament. Fire is a useful tool when dealing with aberrations and oozes. Less useful when owning a bookshop.
And yeah, I mean, as soon as he produced it, he'd banish it. So, but it's like, hey,
Lawrence,
dealt with.
Lawrence could start up a side hustle as a firefighter.
I mean, that's good money.
Yeah.
You need to teach me that then.
Master Parnassus,
Also,
for the sake of it, please don't take offense to this. You didn't throw the fireball, did you?
I am not that skilled.
Do you even know Fireball?
No.
Well, there you go.
I don't know
The only
anyone else
fireball
that
he's
does
got is the
either.
one he
And-
puts up in the yawning portal.
Master
Just like
Averill,
make a
besides,
gesture.
Pierce was with us when it happened.
that does
And
not
we would've-
entirely answer my question.
I'm pretty sure the most
There was-
impressive spell of that variety he knows is when he makes. He made the ball out of a diamond. You guys remember that? He did it in the sewer.
Chromatic
Yes.
Orb, I'm familiar. Right, so that rules out the KnightLites in its entirety then.
Oh, besides the point, we were with Embrick and Alvey when
Yep.
the place
Yeah,
was
we
in
weren't
town.
there to witness it. We just ran out when we heard it.
Well, then it seems your best lead is Rainier November, if he is in fact in the city.
That
mean,
reminds me, everyone, is now a better than it was earlier.
Come again?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. What?
Pardon?
When I turned into a bear.
You turned into a... He looks at Connie. I've been teaching the...
Connie's shoulders and hands are up in the air like I don't know what I did.
Bear's a bit of an over-exaggeration, more like half bear, half man.
Lawrence is probably looking between
Goliath
Stock and Rock,
thing.
like, I'll ask later.
What?
And then Rock decides to make that half wolf thing.
Rashal writes something else in his book. Perhaps,
I would
explanations
show it,
are
but
in
I don't want to
order.
Yeah, maybe it is time for an explanation on that.
Aye, what happened in that dream? What the fuck?
Dream?
It's hard to call it a dream. It was a transition, more so.
I shall bite my tongue and listen. He's writing something
One
else down.
exposition later.
Yeah. I mean, no, I kind of want to see what the twins say.
I mean, I can summarize it in literally a second.
Go ahead.
I'll just turn into the wolf form. Make sure I'm not going to knock over a bookshelf or
Yeah,
something.
you
but-
just turn into... You're not that much bigger in wolf form, so it's not
yeah,
that
I
big
just
a
want to
deal.
make sure I don't.
See?
We
What the fuck is this?
Lawrence just
Connie,
figure,
like,
I have several questions.
Like, what the heck is this, an illusion? What happened here?
I believe I can. When we went on this trip, we arrived in a place called Valorhome. It was spectacular, to say the least. We met people you wouldn't even believe the existence of.
Forgive me, Master Sockham. I made a roll. Did you say Valorhome?
Yes, actually.
You died?
Spiritual journey.
It lasts a minute.
Thank you.
Spiritual...
Then yeah, after the minute, I'll reverse it.
They
I mean,
asked
you can
me
reverse
to-
it whenever you want. You can dismiss it as a bonus action.
They had asked me to conduct a ritual of sorts their mother did back in the village, which I provided the materials for. Apparently it was more effective than I realized.
Apparently you went overboard.
Rashal, you have a good understanding of my level of intelligence. This is a lie that I feel is beyond what I'm usually able to come up with. We went to Valorhome. Rockham participated in the Great Hunt and beat Yara Golden Dawn. Rockham is the hunt master
A
of
moment.
Valorhome.
A moment, Master Sockham. I'm familiar with the myths thereof, but from the way that you're speaking, and he looks at Connie, forgive me. Actually, he looks at Lawrence. This is most untoward. Master Parnassus, what Sockham is saying is not unheard of in Waterdeep. It is something that many of us learned about in our schooling, especially if we pursued higher education and academia. Be that as it may, am I to reach the conclusion, and again, forgive me for being presumptuous, none of you have had formal education?
Well, Pierce has, but
Pierce
like
is what?
counts. Pierce isn't here.
I mean, all my education's been practical.
So there is no reason that Master Sockham should know of these individuals. As I understand it, you're from a human village, not a Goliath tribe.
None
Correct.
whatsoever.
That is rather pertinent information.
Here's something to convince you a tad more, Rashal.
I assure you, I
met
don't need
Alan
convincing.
Oakbow.
Not a name that I've heard.
Apparently, he's the one who came up with the idea of, and he pulls out the gold coin. Proper currency.
I assume you mean for Goliaths. Dragonkin have been using solid currency for centuries.
I'm just telling you what he told me.
Rather unfortunate that humans use precious stones in bite-sized portions for currency. Rather tempting, must say. I've known to snap
gonna
on a
hold
silver
the
piece
coin
from
out
time
for
to time.
Rashal.
He takes it and he looks at it. Are you certain?
I have more right now, dude. You're fine.
He just pops it into his mouth and eats it.
Nom 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 nom.
Oh, dragons.
At any rate, you say you went to Valorholm. Wait here. And he goes over to his books and he starts rummaging through them. And he pulls something down and over his shoulder he says, "Can you read Giant?"
Of course.
Good. And he comes back over and he sets a book down on the counter, and it says Thunder on the Mountain, The Legend of Snorri Thunderbelly.
Oh, so Snorri, he was the speaker of Bear.
I should say so. He's the patron saint of family and those torn apart by time.
He's actually the one that kept bringing me people to talk to.
That sounds like the man. If you're interested, this this tome is 50 gold, 50 dragons. First edition, rather one of a kind.
You want the book?
Getting a copy of the original Giant translation is no small feat, Master Sockham.
I know, I kinda want the book. I usually never want books, but this book,
See,
I mean,
that,
Consider. Oh, okay.
but something something opera, something something fanboy.
Sockham's gonna look back like, I have 17 gold, can anyone help?
How much?
I
is it?
mean,
50.
Lawrence would happily spot the rest.
I've still
50
got one dragon scale if we need to use it.
Oh yeah, I do still have one. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys okay with using the dragon
I'll
scale?
give us 50 left over.
Provided you're interested in the dragon scale.
I'm always interested in dragon scales.
And yeah, unless anyone stops me, I'll get it out of my pack.
In that case, could I also interest you in? It's not first edition; it's in common, but I do have a copy of the Golden Dawn and the Running River.
Does that mean
Sockham would look
anything?
at. Sorry.
What was
Let
that
me
kind
check a thing before we spend that.
I ask if that means anything to the boys.
Guys, how
Aye,
much extra gold was it?
50.
Yeah, 50 for each book.
I actually have a way to, I don't want to put pressure on anyone, but I actually have a way that I can maybe bring Carol back with 50 golds for supplies.
I also have an extra dragon skill. Don't worry about it.
And I've got extra cash because of the quote Emmerich and Avi got us.
I need to get a job,
Right.
apparently. Jesus. Yeah, I wouldn't mind the raw gold to spend.
I'm still recovering from the dragon scale purchases a few days ago. I don't have 50 dragons liquid on me at the moment, but give me a few days.
Yeah, I can swing by in 2 or 3 days if that works.
You know what? I'll deal with this. Says 50?
It's 50 for the Legend of Snorri, and it's 50
Right.
for Golden Dawn and the Running River. There's 100 total.
And the dragon skill goes for 100.
I'll pay for both.
Okay.
Because I've got the cash on me.
Okay. So he takes the money and he nods. He says, I think my copy of Golden Dawn is upstairs. I'll be right back. And he heads upstairs, leaving you guys alone for a few minutes if you want.
You guys okay if I use the skill on this?
I mean, I just paid for it, so...
I meant
Books-
to
books
get some
yourself.
money in a few days.
Aye, if it's to bring back Carol, go ahead.
Of course.
Absolutely.
The method is...
Was
I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see, but I think I have a way.
Of course.
that was? Thank you, Lawrence.
Hey,
It's like, Braden would like look upstairs, like look back at the stairs where Rochelle went, and like turn back to the group. I do have some more information on like the whole attack thing, but may not be best to tell Rochelle at the moment.
Lawrence will raise an eyebrow. Just
Definitely wait until the
this is going to be interesting for later.
Later then. Yeah.
later.
Okay. So a little bit later, Rochelle comes back downstairs holding like a book. It's got like parchment over it. He's like taking the parchment off the cover to like protect it. And he puts it on the counter. It's an illustrated cover. Most of these aren't. Most of these just have like the binding and some words on it. This one has like a painted portrait on the cover of, and the boys recognize her immediately. Jara standing on a stone in the middle of a river with a spear above her head, and like the light is like cascading around her. She looks almost priestly.
Damn.
I mean,
Wow.
even Lawrence appreciated that. Like,
It's an old painting.
Yeah.
That is certainly her.
Would you, can I quote that, Master Sorghum? It is hard to find an accurate likeness of Jara Golden Dawn. She's very old.
Of course.
I shall take your word for it. 50 gold pieces for both of these, or each of these, rather. And they are yours. I would recommend you bring at least the running river back to me every 10 days or so. It requires special care.
Is it possible to make a copy of it? I know it wouldn't be quite the same.
I can
but-
certainly make a copy of it, and the price would be much cheaper, minus the copying fee, of course. If you don't want to, such a substantial book out in the public view, I assure you, you'll not get a better price than 50 gold pieces for either of these than at the Bookworm's
Yeah,
Treasure.
If these books are so important, maybe it would be wise to simply copy them.
I switched to Giant and say we were in the sewers the other day. That could happen again. Just speaking to Sorrow.
Well, if you want copies of these, I could give me a 10-day. They're substantial, but I could give you the copies. Unbound manuscripts for 10 dragons apiece. They're not particularly noteworthy. I
mean,
could
this is
bind
Sasha
them for
Lawrence's
another
deal, so-
for another 10 each, for a total of 40 dragons.
I mean, I've got no issue front the cash if the boys both want a copy each.
I mean, this is for Sockham. I don't really need a copy myself. At least not yet, anyway.
Well, Gamzee,
Gamzee, this is-
what do you want? You want the real deal, or do you want just a copy?
If Gamzee's
Gamzee, you here?
Yep, sorry. Forgot about the button for a second.
No worries.
Resting my hand on it, I forget. The moment I take my hand away to take a drink, I fucking blank.
Yeah,
All good.
Yeah.
the floor's yours, man. So
I'd definitely say if the books are like, in need of special care. copies
Only Running River. Just the Legend of Snorri Thunderbelly is rare.
do you know any?
A rare book in our hands is not a good idea.
Yeah, in our hands,
don't.
it would make it even rarer.
Right. This may be a peculiar request, but is there a way to translate it or to copy it in Giant? Just so if someone decides to steal it from me, it's a little less worthwhile for them.
I'm afraid I'm not fluent, but I could do a one-to-one copy of the Legend of Snorri. Certainly. I don't think that I could translate Running River into Giant, no.
You could try and find a translator somewhere else. It'd be double the money,
But
essentially.
again, as the copies of the manuscripts themselves would not be particularly valuable. It's just the print edition of these that lends it its value. I mean no offense to your culture, masters, but they're not particularly useful in any way. They're not the secrets of the Philosopher's Stone, so to speak.
We don't have a lot of connection with our culture, I think, is the goal in this.
Certainly,
have
from a
that piece-
cultural
to have that
standpoint,
piece
they
of
are highly relevant, but a copy of the manuscripts was very little use to pickpockets in the city of Waterdeep, I would think.
That's fair. Just
You okay with copies, huh?
yeah, just a regular, whatever you need to do.
Bound or unbound?
Unbound. He looks at Lawrence like,
I'll need a 10-day for each one, and 10 dragons up front, and I will have your copies post-haste. So basically, come back in a month and I'll have them for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Lawrence, you got that, or should I?
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Do you,
so,
so, Gamzee, do you want both?
so 20 dragons instead of 100.
Sarkham will say yeah.
And Lawrence will happily fork over the cash.
So 20.
Sarkham's definitely gonna pay you back. Just
So 20, Lawrence. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Rashal takes the money and he nods. Very well. I obviously still need to do business, but in my free time, I will begin these transcriptions for you. They are the most interesting transcriptions I've done in well, this season. I would say not a lot of people care for the stories such as these. They are excellent reads. But you were saying, Miss Gambleson?
Out of character, I was asking you for the title of these.
So one is Thunder on the Mountain, The Legend of Snorri Thunderbelly, and the other one is Golden Dawn and the Running River.
I was gonna type it out, but I'll admit that was fast. Thunder of the Mountain.
Thunder on the Mountain.
Thunder on the Mountain.
The Legend of Snorri Thunderbelly, and then Golden Dawn and the Running River.
Okay.
And of course, if there's anything else that I can help you with, you need only inquire.
Of course.
I'm gonna hold out the dragon scale to him. Think you can have the money for this in 3 days, maybe 4?
I would say normally I could come up with 100 dragons in, say, 5 or 6 days, but with the fact that a fireball was just detonated at the only entrance to Troll Skull Alley, my business would likely be down for some days. Master
If you
Rockham.
need it in straight gold, I can take care of it, don't worry.
Golden Dawn is one word, Brightwind.
Oh, okay. But, I mean, so I guess in this case it would be Connie giving me the money and then he would pay Connie later.
Yeah.
That's what I'm reading.
Or more likely, Connie giving you the money and then hoping you forget about
Wait.
it.
I mean, I feel bad taking your money.
Money for what?
To possibly
Bring Carol back.
Ah,
I have to field test it.
So you don't have to give Rashal the scale.
Yeah, no, I just don't personally have 50 scales on me.
But Connie does.
Yeah, but I think Rockham doesn't feel great taking people's money over and over again.
I can honestly tell you that I'm not certain when I will have 100 dragons liquid to give you, and I have 7 other scales to work through. I'm going to have to decline for right now.
I can take it elsewhere. You know, I'm put it back in my bag.
For the sake of it, was anyone local harmed in the fireball? I don't much care for Zentarum agents, but for example, Embrick and Arvi, or Master
Embrick and Arvi
Lafalier.
are fine,
It's hard to tell.
thankfully.
Master Lafalier, Lord Trench, perhaps? Everyone well?
They're
Harmed?
all fine.
Good, good.
All the locals avoided it. And she'll prattle off who else she found. See if it matches anyone.
like the performers and
Yeah. The poor halflings in the corner.
The
didn't make it.
troubadours? That's
Yeah.
a shame. They were often in the company of a young lad, human, I think.
He's okay.
The boy's alright,
Yes.
but you got him selling a bit of trouble.
Pierce took him to Blackstaff Tower for protection.
Protection.
He was a witness.
the
The
boy
lad
found
was a
the
witness,
necklace.
and he managed to find the necklace that produced the fireball.
He panicked and threatened to activate it.
I hope someone took it away from him. A necklace of fireballs
Pierce
is
did.
certainly not for
Pierce-
children.
Pierce handled it quite.
Pierce handled it and nearly gave us all a heart attack.
In proper KnightLites aplomb, I have no doubt.
Of course.
Very well. Where's the necklace now?
In the possession of the watch, I believe.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, the watch should have it.
deuce.
Deuce?
Forgive me. That likely means that Inspector Blastwind would bring it to me to cast a scrying spell upon.
To find out who it belonged to. Then.
Precisely.
Provided
Well,
you're
you
allowed
have to be
to.
forthcoming with information to him. Would you be allowed to share this information with us?
I very highly doubt it unless you have some form of authority.
I'm assuming we're the KnightLites isn't gonna cut it here.
Not
I will
in
bet
the
you-
eyes of the district courts, no.
I will bet you guys anything. Pierce took that kid to Blackstaff, and they won't do anything because we don't have any evidence. But we
Well.
might get a chance. Probably not.
It's only been a few minutes. Let's give them a chance to work.
Out of character, Pierce, hurry up and come back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
In the interim,
Hang on. Real talk, I don't remember last week. Was that accurate?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Well done on pulling that one out.
What is your current investigative plan?
Find out why our property got fireballed and what they were after.
If he was Zentarum, we should track down A, who he is and why he was bothering us.
The Black Network is extensive. I cannot point you in a proper direction. I don't affiliate with such people. Though, the door, Master Coy, if you please.
I turn around, flip the sign, closed, lock it.
This is unsubstantiated, and I don't wish to speak poorly of my neighbor, so to speak, but there is a rumor that Father Lafalier of the Corellian's Crown is an informant for the Black Network. Rashal looks down.
You don't say.
I mean, Lawrence would probably look disappointed. God damn it! Everyone's got their fucking secrets in this.
Hey, I feel bad to keep inciting him because he hasn't wronged me in any way, but
You're welcome to do so.
You're inciting Rochelle after Braden went in. You don't say.
No, it's the way he words things that keeps getting to me, and I don't know. I just
Rochelle
He's
has a very
very-
specific manner of speaking that's important to the
Yeah.
way that I do his voice. I'm sorry.
He has a very measured way of speaking.
He's upset that he said that. Like he's basically just like, hey, like he is rumor mongering and he hates rumor mongers. Like that's the insight that you get.
Okay.
He spilled the tea, but it's only lukewarm.
Exactly.
Well said.
But yeah, something about his manner of speech just keeps picking at me a little bit, and yeah.
Yeah, it's suspect. It's just it's my way of explaining that he's neurotic.
Yeah.
I highly doubt it. Fala seems far too nice a person.
Worst case scenario, I can cross him off my list of like 10 million people.
It is
There's not a high chance for it.
the
I
only
kinda
lead
wanna-
that I have, unfortunately. Again, I don't much do dealings with unscrupulous sorts. Now, if you need a harper, that's something I can help you with. But the Black Network,
and
I
Lawrence just jerk a thumb at Sock like, yeah,
Yeah.
got that one. Got
Yeah, we know.
simply not in my predilection. Perhaps the Docks District.
I suppose we could go looking around the Skewered Dragon I think we were at last time.
The Skewered.
Yeah.
Or am I misremembering?
As
No,
a
that's right.
perhaps you failed to notice, Miss Gambleson, but I boast the golden scales of a dragonkin. Please tell me that that's not a literal skewered.
It's figurative for Shawl. Sorry, it's a
Sorry,
down near the docks.
it's the name of the place.
I shall have words with the proprietor. I believe a strongly worded letter is in order. The skewered dragon, quite.
Rochelle, I
So
hate to
rather-
tell you, but I think if you sent a letter, it would just get burned.
It's a rather rude group, so I warn caution.
I don't.
Maybe make it an anonymous letter.
I shall do so.
As you can probably tell from the name of the place, it's rather unsavory. So I figure
an anonymous
good
tip to the
place to
city
start.
watch, I think, is in order. Yes, quite skewered dragon indeed. They don't have someone like me on display as some grotesque sideshow, do they?
I don't know.
See
that I
one
saw.
now.
I mean, Lawrence is probably, Lawrence has been in the Skewered Dragon more than once.
Yeah, like,
he
no,
might
like-
actually be a little bit insulted. Like, really, you're going there?
Well, no, see, that's the thing. Like, you know that there's nothing like that at the Skewered Dragon, but that is the type of thing that somebody might do. Dragonborn
Right.
and most monstrous races are second-class citizens. Like, it is entirely possible that, like, especially a chromatic Dragonborn would be used like that in some of the more unsavory places.
Okay, fair point.
Or a
But
kobold,
Lawrence
yeah,
probably-
no, like,
But Lawrence would probably still be a
was
little.
there?
his
No,
his
absolutely not.
his indignation is justified if inaccurate.
Yeah.
Like, was there even a picture on the sign of that?
No, there's not.
It's just the name of the place.
There isn't a sign, actually, hilariously enough. Yes,
It's also entirely possible we're thinking of the wrong type of skewer, and she just like makes a hips gesture.
That's entirely possible.
And Lawrence would probably blush and hide his face, like, yeah, I'm not getting involved in this one.
My brain just face palms literally.
I am aware of the reputation of my more fully fledged kindred, but really, Miss Gambleson,
I'm just saying,
It's a possibility.
It's still rude.
it's still
From the
incredible.
mouths of druids, honestly.
might we move from this unsavory topic?
Please.
At once.
Yes.
He is pretty good.
Quite. Quite. So, I don't. I implore you to be safe when dealing with the Black Network. Their reputation is quite deserved. Normally I would advise extra protection, but you're quite capable, and you're whom someone like me would call for that protection, so just...
Something, we are the extra protection.
Quite. Just do be careful. They are unsavory characters.
I mean, Lawrence raise a cup and say, "We're the people the unsavory characters should be afraid of."
I have an axe. That's magic. I can turn into a bear. And I can insult them in 2 different languages.
And most likely they won't see me coming.
Cause to be concerned.
They'll never see you coming.
Well,
So-
I do wish you well. You will forgive me. I might change the locks before you come back again. I will, of course, be open to the public, but this whole incident with War Dragon and then the Viper and the Fireball, that got me a bit on edge, I'm afraid. Skewing
And
Dragon,
honestly,
indeed.
You know, Lawrence would
Perhaps
probably
you
start
could
collecting
install
the
locks
cup.
on your windows. Sorry.
They were, Master Sockham. They are. It's simply that I had the window open to enjoy the sea breeze whilst I was taking a day from myself to mourn in my way. This used to be a respectable neighborhood where one could open their windows on the 2nd floor and have a nice cup of tea, or make a journal without assassins swinging in from the windows.
I mean, to be fair, that's a bit our fault.
I mean, the counterpoint is crossbow. I don't know if that's your speed.
I abhor violence, Master Rockham.
Just putting it out there.
Needless to say, Rashal, if you have need of anything, I'm right down the street.
And if you have need of protection for whatever reason, I'd be happy to lend a hand.
Same.
Well, perhaps I might take you up on that, at least until I get the locks changed, which would likely take a few days. I could make up a spare room. It's comfortable, and there's plenty to read. If you want to stay here.
I mean, I'm in the market for making some money. Look at Stockholm.
If
Oh,
you feel
pay.
necessary,
We did just discuss my matter of not having a great deal of
I
liquid.
don't need it now. I trust you.
Oh,
No, ours won't get.
quite.
you only have to pay my brother. I simply want to do it because you're my friend.
For
And also, you have a lot of lore around here. Chess was around.
forgive me. That is a distinctly not Waterdeepian opinion. I'm
not
grateful.
from
I'm a bit unused to the prospect. Thank you.
I have my ways of obtaining money anyway, Rashal.
But what of your Well, I suppose you could investigate during the day, and in the evening you could wash the shop, and I could have the presence of mind of a good night's sleep.
Let's put it this way. Everything runs on dragons, but we don't use dragons where we come from.
Quite fair, Miss Campbellson. Yes, Masters, if you would, I could have a spare room prepared. I only have the one, but if one of you could be here every night until I get the locks changed, I would be grateful, certainly.
Mind if I take that one, Stockholm?
Take what?
Mind if I he just gestures toward Rashal?
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not that great with a flute or a drum, as it were. So,
I was referring to the wine, but yeah, that's also a thing.
well, yeah.
I would need you to not sleep in the night,
That's fine.
Master Rockham. But again, it should only be a few days until my locks are changed. Speaking of, Master Parnassus, are you taking orders?
Always.
I should need, let's see, 4 door locks and 3 windows. Please.
Of course. I'll add it to the pile. Shouldn't take too long.
Wonderful. Well, I shall, honestly, I think I'm due for an afternoon nap. I'm rather excited out, so to say, for the day. I'm sure you can... He stops, reaches under the counter.
Lawrence will start collecting all the teacups.
Yeah, he pulls out a key and passes it to Rockham.
I'll take it.
This should get you in once the sun sets. I will be expecting you promptly, Master Rockham. And thank you again.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll leave you to it, Rochelle. We should all head over to the mansion while we're here.
Well, you guys will. Lawrence has to get back to work.
You need to go back to work.
Yeah.
I mean, work is done for the day. If you remember, Emmerich and Avi were upstairs decompressing, which means drinking.
But
we could use a drink.
Lawrence did just take the order, so why not?
Because the fucking watch isn't letting anybody on the street, probably? And the
Yeah,
forge is
probably.
outside?
Fair.
You can try it, but
Well,
Probably
they also
something to
let
do.
us. They also let us run out the door to, go check on Rashal.
it's
the
less
middle of the street.
let you and more couldn't keep up with you.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, in that case, yeah, probably head over to the manor then.
So you guys head out of the shop, up the street, you're with the intent of going to the Trollskull Manor, and you're stopped by Trench, because Trench's door is right beside Rashal's. You step outside, and Trench is like on the steps. He's alone now, and he says, he just like waves you down and says, sorry to interrupt.
How you doing, Trench?
Nobles.
You did.
And
Okay, what about-
Lawrence will just get this chagrined look on his face. Like, yep, he knows exactly what he means.
You
I didn't catch what he said. What did
he
he say?
said noble. He said nobles.
Oh dear God.
What's
Yeah.
this about nobles?
He was surrounded by a half dozen nobles last time you saw him.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and he says, you guys need an investigator? I mean, it was your house.
It was, but looking at it on their own terms this time. No offense to yourself, but
None taken.
A little bit personal this time.
yeah.
I can understand not wanting to work with me after our discussion.
No, that's nothing to do with it. Trust
It's
me,
more
that's
so we want to handle this ourselves.
yeah.
Someone
Well-
took a shit on our doorstep and we want to know who.
If
So
you
we're
need
gonna-
any help, you know where I'll be.
No.
I do
Of
offer
course.
20% discount for trauma victims.
And Lawrence would probably give a little smile, like, because he's probably heard this Trench
Oh,
before.
absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
And, it's appreciating the gesture.
And he's a man of his word. Like, yeah, like if something bad happens to you, he does give you a discount.
Aye.
But one thing is, I'm not your errand boy.
I don't remember saying you were.
He sighs. Well, someone seems to think I'm taking messages for you.
Who's that?
Raises an eyebrow.
Lafalier.
Huh.
What gave
Okay.
him that impression?
That would be a head tilt from Lawrence. Like, wait, what?
While you were in there with the dragon, Lafalier came by, said to go to the Corellian's crown when you're done.
Huh.
Well, I needed to chat anyway, so thanks for the heads up.
And I think, like, looking right at Lawrence, he just puts his hand out.
I mean, Lawrence would happily pay up.
How much
Just
do you,
like,
how much do you
yeah.
give him?
I'd probably give him 30.
30 dragons? Okay. So you have passed him 30 dragons, he takes it, he looks at it, he goes, maybe I am an errand boy.
I mean, we have also imposed on Trench's generosity before.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah, but 30 gold.
He puts it in his pouch and he says, well, that just covered a 10-day of investigation, so I'll look into it, and if you get stuck, come and talk to me.
Can do.
Appreciate it.
Well, we've got you here. Any news on fucking
Rainier?
Rainier?
Yeah, he's back in the city last I heard. I was going to come and tell you, and then your building exploded.
Yeah.
Any idea where he is?
Yes, actually. You're not
Do
gonna
tell.
believe it.
Okay, lay it on us.
Steam and Steel.
What?
I mean, Lawrence is
What's
gonna
the
snap over like, pardon?
Yeah, Sockham's gonna start speed walking that way.
So you just leave. Okay.
I will follow after him to make sure he doesn't get himself in trouble.
So I think you guys like run off, and Trench is just like
Lawrence would
chuckling and
probably
shaking
just
his head.
Lawrence would
Hey,
have this long-suffering sigh, like, "Thank you, Trench. We owe you one. Talk to you later."
Yeah.
Thanks to make sure this lot don't get themselves killed.
So you guys just run off. And
Lawrence knows how Ember Kanavi are.
yeah, so you guys go to the Steam and Steel, and sure enough, sitting on the front steps is Rainier fucking Neverember.
There you are. We thought you died or something.
Lawrence be folding his arms, like, "Well then."
He doesn't look great. He looks like he's been traveling. He's got a bunch of dirt on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably just got in.
Yeah, he's like sitting on the stoop. He's got a short sword on his belt, and he's got like a bottle of rye in his hand, and he's doing that thing. He's doing the medieval equivalent of the hoodie and sunglasses, right?
Yeah.
He's got like a dirty cap on, but you can tell it's Rainier.
Right.
You guys run up, and he looks you guys up and down, and he says, "I think the shop's closed."
No shit.
Like cocks a thumb behind him.
Master Ember and Master Avi are currently occupied.
He holds up the bottle of rye. I know. Heard you died.
Yeah. You kind of vanished on us, didn't you?
In my defense, so did Volo.
Yes, but Bolo's Bolo. We expect
Everyone
Bolo.
expects that from Bolo, not so much from you.
You don't know me as well as you think you do if you didn't expect it from me. Listen, I was being well, I say attacked, but less in the, he gestures at the sword, and more in the
Political sense?
Verbal sense?
no,
Conscience?
well, this actually,
Economic sense? Social sense? Spiritual sense?
shadows in an
I
alleyway.
stopped calling you after a while. Just
Shadows in an
handle it.
alleyway.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
I had to get out of the city quickly, and so I did.
Better safe than sorry.
He takes a pull from the bottle. And then, as soon as I get back, I hear someone burnt down Troll Skull Manor.
Nope.
Luckily,
Fireball.
they
Luckily
apparently
they
missed.
failed. The
It's
street-
still standing, thankfully.
I would say I owe you
So-
money, but you have the mansion.
Yeah.
So, Rainier,
Carlos.
Carlos,
Carlos.
what's the word on the theft you apparently committed recently?
You'll have to be more specific.
He uses Presty to make like a big stone ball in his hand.
Sockham, this is not the place.
I didn't
Yeah,
say
we
a
should
word,
have
did
this
I?
conversation privately.
It's fucking public, dude.
I didn't say any words about it, did I? Let's head to the
So
matter.
so loudly, Rainier says, "I would love to see what you've done with Troll Skull Manor, actually."
And yeah, I mean, Lawrence is already heading over. Just
Fine, I'll
like,
take
no,
it, thank you.
no, we're not dealing with this in public. Nope.
I didn't say a
Moreover,
word.
we're not dealing with this on Ember and Avi's doorstep.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I didn't say anything out loud. I'm getting better. You can't deny me this.
Magic
Yeah,
isn't
you
subtle.
get better.
Magic isn't subtle. Everyone saw you cast a spell.
And also,
Yeah.
you also just said the thing you stole or something to that effect.
Yeah, out in public.
So
Thing
Rainier
you stole.
like gets up and you guys start moving toward Troll Skull Manor. There's still a bunch of guards around,
Yeah.
but the bodies are are in the process of being removed. But they let you up into the door. They stop, quote unquote, Carlos, and
He is with us.
yeah, like because they stop Carlos, Brayden, and well, Pierce isn't here, so Carlos and Brayden. They stop the two of you. But the rest of you are let in if you want.
Guys, I help here.
That's my brother.
Make a persuasion check. I'm assuming you point at Brayden.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say that's my brother, and Rainier says, "I swear, officer, everyone here said that they're above the legal age."
Oh my God.
Okay, that's funny.
At that point,
Points for
I
cleverness.
hid inside at that point.
Okay, so Brayton, you're let through, and the guards just like look at Carlos, and then look at you guys like, why in the fuck are you dealing with a drunkard? And Carlos
We
like
own a
goes to push
bar.
past them and goes, "Listen, there's been a fireball, apparently. Everyone mourns in their own way, and if you hear screaming, I assure you, they signed a contract." And just walks inside.
Oh my god! Just
Oh, boy.
get through on sheer chutzpah.
Oh yeah.
I like
Right.
that.
That's
And
funny.
Brayden gives them the look of
That there is
why.
refuge in audacity.
The last person inside Trollskull Manor sees the ring of guards take a few steps back away from the windows, And-
Nope, I deal with this.
and Rainier's got this look on his face like, I did that.
Just Brayden shakes his head, closes the door, locks it.
Close the door. Rainier immediately like caps the bottle, takes his hat off, sets the bottle on the bar. That is disgusting. You're welcome to it. Ugh.
I'll try a step.
I mean,
And do you like rye?
I don't know.
Lawrence will take a
That's-
drink.
Isn't that the wine I gave?
It's not wine.
No,
it's liquor.
Yeah, it's hard. Rye is hard liquor, dude.
Yeah.
Probably not the greatest thing in the world.
So,
but-
so Rainier looks around. A 10-day, and you haven't even cleaned this place up yet.
We've cleaned
But
it a little bit.
Just got a really nice quote to get everything renovated, actually, before the firewall went off.
We had to evict a few tenants.
Squatters?
No, worse.
Worse than
Mimics,
squatters.
okay.
You haven't been in Waterdeep very long.
We're trying
Mimics.
mimics.
I
Lawrence.
would rather not. You see him look at the chair he's about to sit in, and he pulls his sword out and pokes it.
Yeah.
Mimics in the attic, and Lawrence would snap his fingers, do the produce flame trick again. And oozes were in the basement.
I'm not going to apologize because this is entirely Volo's fault.
Lawrence, you
Agreed.
gave me a thought.
Hmm?
When you were getting quotes, no one was like mad that you were like. I don't know how business works in the city yet, but that couldn't. You getting quotes couldn't have been related to someone trying to get rid of Trollskull Manor, right? Or reduce
No,
the.
this place has been run down for so long.
It's a public eyesore. I was hoping if anyone was going to fix it, it would be Volo. That's why I gave it to him.
Well, and now we have it. And I got a very nice quote, thanks to Master Emberk and Master Abi.
Yes,
and
you've
I'm
done
going to be
wonders with the
going to
place,
settle
I
it.
can tell.
Give us time.
Oh wait, that was sarcasm.
We've kind of been running around like chickens with our heads cut off.
Almost literally.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're missing one. Did he die?
He's in
Cool.
It's
school.
fine. He's a skill. Last I heard, he was escorting a kid to the Blackstaff.
Where's the dog?
Oh, yeah.
We did
And
not.
everyone just kind of collectively winces, I think.
Yeah,
He's
we
at the
did
garden.
lose one.
Let's just say shambling mounds.
Let's not and say we did. Mimics, shambling mounds, and oozes. What did you do? Join the bloody harbors?
Matter of
Someone-
fact,
Can y'all please
that
stop
soft.
telling everyone that? By bare strength, I've been trying to keep that quiet, and you keep on spewing it to everyone. Oh.
Tried to keep
I
it
thought-
quiet. You didn't.
I assure you, the last thing a harper can do is keep it quiet.
Is this are you supposed to be keeping that quiet?
I don't know, are
I thought
you?
it was a. I thought it was kind of a
Something
public thing.
obfuscating stupidity.
and Lawrence is probably going to take another drink, like, nope.
city's
Sokka
weird.
might give this smile. I'm good, aren't I?
Well, you're not dead. That's a start.
And you're looking much better than last time I seen you.
I don't feel a great deal better. Being chased by shadowy figures tends to do that. Right. I need a place to hide for a few days.
You have a
Jace
basement?
was at the building.
Where are you hiding
Looks
from?
around.
Nothing to concern you about, I'm sure. I'm just, I'm looking for something not important. You can go about your business, I'm sure. Everything's
I don't
fine.
have anything against you, but I do point out we literally just had our building fireball.
They were not looking for me. I can say that. I am looking for them, actually. I think.
Who are you looking for?
That's the problem. I'm not
You
sure.
don't know.
Hard to find something if you don't know what you're finding.
I know, but I think one of the people I'm looking for is dead.
Wouldn't happen to have been that gnome on our doorstep, would it?
It is a gnome. Yes, his name is Dalakar. I can't find him anywhere.
About yay tall describes the rest of what she found of him.
Traveling with two
Dudes with short
Yeah.
swords.
black-clad fellows with short
Yep.
swords. He draws the
Apparently they were.
he draws the
I don't know.
Zentarum symbol in the dust with one finger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zentarum.
Mhm.
Apparently they were coming to see us. Peacefully. Which is odd.
Yes, about that. They work for my father.
Ah, great.
Oh dear.
Oh, goody.
Oh.
Just what we need to hear.
See, all right. When my father was ousted as Lord of Waterdeep, in no small part to a party of adventurers, I assumed his shadow, long and dark though it was gone, and he could retreat to Neverwinter, and I would never have to see hide nor hair of him again. I want nothing to do with him. His spies won't leave me alone. One such spy, perhaps I believe the spy master, is Dalakar. He'd been watching me for
Why is-
months.
Why the
Well, if it
fascination
was
with you
Dalakar
with
out there, he's not going to be a problem anymore.
Well, that's the thing. About 10 days ago, the spy vanished.
Maybe
My
they
father
lost
doesn't
interest.
trust many people, but he trusted that gnome.
There was an exploded gnome on our step.
Yes, we mentioned that.
Naturally, I decided to pursue my pursuers, and I went and spoke to a few of Dalakar's friends. Apparently, my father called him directly for a special mission. Something about a stone of galore.
Connie's very specifically trying not to react to that.
Everybody make a deception check.
I
Oh,
don't
boy.
even think I need to. It's just a. Oh boy. 'Cause,
Oh,
my
so
charisma-
okay, if Rockham is gonna give away the game, then you guys don't need to roll.
like, I can roll. I just don't think he's good at hiding it.
Okay, then you can choose to fail. That's fine. So Rockham reacts. It doesn't matter what the rest of you do. And Rainier goes, "That's not a name you should know."
It
Well, it is.
isn't relevant. Oh well, never mind.
Has been for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
So my father was in possession of the Stone of Galore.
Aye,
Is
we know.
in possession of the Stone of Galore. Okay. He called Dalakar on an errand, and Dalakar departed for Waterdeep. Concerned that the Black Network and the Xanathar's Guild were after him. Close to catching him, in fact. Apparently, Dalakar found out about a group of adventurers who saved me from the Xants.
Ah,
Shit. Okay.
That just makes them more complicated.
I'm
Great.
sorry, what did you say his name was?
Dalakar.
Phonetic?
Delta Alpha Lima Alpha Kilo Hotel Alpha Romeo. I believe that Dalakar was bringing the Stone of Galore to you.
But why?
why us?
why us?
Likely to get you out of the city. He was probably going to pay you to take it to my father, back to my father, in Neverwinter, where my father could keep an
Again.
eye on you and begin grooming you to work against me.
Now hold
Well,
on.
that
We're
was
getting
never
some
gonna
conflicting
happen.
information. We're getting some conflicting information, and I'm not that smart, so this is gonna give me a headache if someone doesn't clear this up quickly.
Hold.
Okay, so you definitely don't have the stone then.
Why would I have the Stone of Galore?
I don't know.
If
The
I
Viper
did,
said-
I would know where the bloody vault was.
I
Fair
keep getting
enough.
hung up on why us specifically. I'm sure you've met more people in the city than just us.
You're the ones who saved me
sure.
from the Xanathar's Guild. That is not an easy feat.
I suppose.
Makes
But
us convenient errand people.
At the time, it was
And
basically
convenient
just-
errand to get you out of the city, away from me, and where my father could keep an eye on you. He had the Stone of Galore, and then he gave it to Dalakar
Sorry.
to give to you to take back to him. The entire, if that is the case, it was entirely to get an eye on you. If the gnome that died on your doorstep is Dalakar, then who has the stone? Do you have it? Some of you have it.
We don't.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. What?
Watch.
It'd probably be in the possession of the watch.
That's if they got to it first.
I didn't mess with any of their belongings. I didn't want to mess up the investigation.
Yeah, but mind that extra information I got off of the Black Viper?
You're dealing with the Black Viper?
More ran into her and managed to get the drop on her. It's besides the point. I've got some information out of her.
Well, go on. You're in it now, boy, for good or ill.
I know. Oh, like, Connie, mind you were looking up on the roof. And where the old woman said that she seen something that was distinctly
What old
non-human.
woman? Wait a minute, back up. What old woman?
Hold on, shush, just let me continue. Connie,
Gracie?
I'm here.
do you remember?
I remember.
Did you? Right. Did anything seem off?
Okay, so I had a suspicion out of character, but I wasn't sure and wanted to double check before I sounded like an idiot.
Hmm?
You've described Fala as looking kind of mannequin-like before, right?
Fala? No, I describe Fala as looking mannequin-like because Fala does not have, like, biological components.
Okay, then I completely misunderstood.
No, Fala is a full-blooded elf in every way.
Okay.
Fala is just
I
the
was like,
rare elf
oh,
mutation
no, is
where he
Fala
doesn't have...
involved in this somehow? That's why I was trying to shoo her away.
No, Fala... I describe Fala as mannequin-like for a completely unrelated reason.
Okay.
Describe what you found on the roof.
Bunch of disturbed tiles, like
Almost like they were cracked. Something heavy.
something very heavy, yeah.
Uh-huh. But other than that, nothing.
Yeah, I wasn't able to follow them at all.
Yeah. Well, apparently the Black Viper seen something up there. And they can move pretty fast. By the time they got up there, nothing. Their suspicion was flesh golem. I don't know what that is, but it sounds dangerous.
That is necromancy. That's a high crime in Waterdeep.
Yeah,
Still
Because-
blowing up in town.
Oh, fair.
because the magic, the high speed, the heaviness, they put it together as a golem. Whether that's true or not, couldn't tell you. But it sounds like something that's unnatural.
And this thing attacked Dalakar?
Yes, why? That's another thing we need to figure out. Well, it didn't attack them directly, it made it look like an accident. Ish.
Something that you need to understand in this business. If an important figure like Dalakar suddenly has a carriage accident, it was a targeted attack at Dalakar.
Yeah.
Unless there was someone else in those bodies that had relevance to... What do you know of the Stone of Galore?
Everything.
What do you
A
mean
lot of it.
everything?
Pulls out the notepad of everything that he'd wrote down and just kind of hands it over.
Rainier takes it, pages through it. Alright, fair enough. Anyone carrying this would have a target on their back. He tosses the notepad on the table. A very large, fireball-worthy target.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever fireballed Dalakar is afraid of you.
That sounds like a bad thing.
Consider, right? Consider. If they needed to make absolutely sure that the Stone of Galore did not pass into your hands, so much so that they cast a fireball in broad daylight on the street and killed innocent people. This isn't about intercepting Dalakar in transit. This is they had no other option. They're frightened of the KnightLites.
I'm gonna make sure we don't have
Sockham's
an
kind of stood in the corner looking a tad cocky.
Make a perception check, Rowan.
just because of the matter of what we're discussing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
Okay.
notice absolutely nothing.
All right, yeah.
Lord's probably gonna keep an eye out too, because this is probably rubbing him all kinds of the wrong way.
So, inquiring about the watch, about my property, my father's property, that's... I'll have to reveal myself, but that's fine. I can deal with that. What do we do if the watch doesn't have it?
Figure out who
We
could-
find out who does.
Yeah.
Or rather, we found out if it passed through their position at all.
Right.
Wait a minute, time out. If it's already passed through their position, they wouldn't remember it because the stone.
It's a rock, aye.
But I mean, wasn't there something about forgetting about it after you lose it?
Apparently, yes.
So
You
if
know,
it's already
I believe
left
it
their
was.
possession, we might end up with a dead end there.
Which means we need to find the stone. We can assume that it's in Waterdeep, at least. We need to find it. Because, well, for one, it's dangerous. And for two, I want to use it to get into my father's vault.
What's so important
Sure he'll
about
love
this
that.
damn fault?
And I want you to help me.
Well,
am I
my
not
friend.
surprised?
Well, my friend, you have my blade. Well,
That's a lot to ask of us.
it's not my blade.
That money, minus a compensatory finder's fee, of course, belongs to the people of Waterdeep, or at the very least the guilds, not sealed away for my father to come back and steal in the middle of the night at some point.
BRB.
Precisely what all is in there? Is it just dragons on dragons? Or
To hear the rumors? Yes. My father, as Lord of Waterdeep, embezzled, stole, or misplaced millions upon millions of dragons, and who knows what else. The deed to Castle Waterdeep could be in the vault for all that I know.
From everything that I've heard about your father, it doesn't seem like the kind of person to only put dragons in there.
Rather the problem.
Mm.
But I won't know until I get inside. Yes, okay, fine. It's on the table. Rainier Neverember believes the legend. He's my bloody father. Of course I believe the legend. The Stone of Galore is the best chance to get in. Because the stone knows the secret, which is why my father had it in his possession. You're all from out of town. There is a chance, the gamble, as I see my father in the distance, the gamble was you didn't know about the vault. So you would take the delivery, not know about the Stone of Galore, take it back to him, and then he could use you to move against me. But now, you know about the stone, right? The stone is in
Right.
Waterdeep. We can use it to get that money back. Now, I
Sounds
admit, I
promising.
haven't been entirely forthright with you before, but I am
Uh-huh.
now.
Insight check.
I was about to say,
Feel
it's-
free,
Lord's
feel
just
free.
gonna raise an eyebrow. A very
Yeah, I'd like
judgmental eyebrow.
Poking insight on that one, yeah.
Mhm.
He outrolled both of you.
Try.
Wow, really?
Wow. Fair enough.
Well, don't tell us that.
Okay. So, everybody who roll... Well, I guess you can't see the order. So, Rockham, Brayden, and Lawrence. The best any of you did was tie.
Ooh,
He's definitely hiding something, but the words that he spoke are true.
okay. All right.
He's not being forthcoming, but he is being forthright.
Cautious.
Lawrence would probably still have a sour look on his face, like, okay, so what else aren't you telling us?
Yeah.
Because he's gotten burned before and not in the mood to deal with some more bullshit.
I'm not looking to rule Waterdeep, if that's what you're asking me, Mr. Parnassus.
We're trying to make sure this isn't a setup, I think, is another way to put it. You've been gone a while.
I said,
We've had to deal with one.
are you implying that I am working for my father?
Well, we've had to
Frankly,
deal with
I've only
one
known you
brainy
for a couple
parasite
days.
already, so wouldn't put it past it.
What's next? Going to accuse me of being in the Zentarum?
Eyebrow raise.
No. And again, no. Listen, Daggle Neverember is a cad, and I have fought to shake his reputation from my own shadow, with limited success. It took
Can I-
the masked lords and adventurers like yourselves to depose the man, and even then, they could not take away his crown jewel. We have an opportunity here. Sure. Yes, alright, fine. I'm going to take some money from the vault for myself. I assume
That's fine.
you are as well.
I figured that was assumed.
But then, the rest of it, I intend to give to Lord Silverhand to do with as she will.
And of course, there's the worst case scenario.
And you trust her implicitly.
I trust her more than my father.
Fair.
In all fairness, Rainier, you must give us some level of forgiveness for our skepticism. And he pulls Azure Edge off his back. We've already ran into one fake.
What do you mean by that?
You didn't hear,
Does
did you?
anyone want to explain it, or should I ask Azure Edge if they'd like to?
You already started it. So
That's
if you want
Azure
to-
Edge. You're holding Azure... Does Melun
Yep.
know?
It's a long
Melon's
story.
dead.
Malone is no longer.
Would you like to
with
see
us.
for yourself? He
Did
holds
you-
out Azure Edge, assuming Azure Edge doesn't mind showing it to Rainier.
Brainer doesn't take it. He says, what, did you kill Melun War Dragon?
He's been dead a long time.
It's
I'm sorry?
long before we met him.
Remember what we said before about brain-eating parasites?
Oh, bugger.
Yeah.
Well, then
I
that
was-
just goes to show that I'm putting my trust in the right people. You're making changes in Waterdeep. Wonderful. Who knows?
About Melun?
Yes, about Melun.
Good question, actually.
Laurel
Archmage
knows.
Safar.
Mhm.
So he looks at you, Braden. He says, Lord Silverhand. Laurel.
Yeah, Lord Silverhand knows.
I'm fairly certain her lover does not call her Laurel.
Archmage Safar
Also,
also
I'm pretty
knows.
sure Mert was
for
I'm still getting
obvious
used to the
reasons.
titles and whatnot.
Not at the
Everybody-
incident, I mean when we told Lord... Out of character, I'm blanking on the name already.
Silverhand?
So,
Thank you. When we told Lord Silverhand.
Right.
and as a result, well,
If Lord Silverhand knows, then likely the whole city knows, so fine, whatever. I assume you're carrying that lawfully.
Aye.
Of course.
Cool. Not my
According to
on loan from the
According to
Blackstaff,
my-
apparently.
not my department, not
Yes.
my problem. Are you going to help me steal from this vault or not?
I will not help you steal, but I will help you reclaim stolen property.
It's a good way to put that.
Well,
The eyes of the law might disagree with you.
The eyes of the law can be damned. This is what's right.
Connie just nods emphatically.
Then our first order of business is to find the stone.
Then
You have
we
any
find
leads?
the bother
Any
to
at
watch.
all? To the watch. That is a matter for me, and I'll contact some of my friends and try to find some information. I think you would be better trying to find this golem.
If it is a golem.
Whatever it is, yeah.
If we have information, what's the best way to contact you? Or are you just going to be hiding out here?
I'm going to be hiding out here at least for a few days.
Alright.
I'll see about getting that quote put in and getting the place renovated so it's at least comfortable.
Mr. Parnassus,
Yes.
a worker's uniform would be quite useful for me.
Not a bad idea.
I'll see if I
Connie gets
can...
that light bulb look.
I mean, Lawrence would be looking over Connie like, you got an idea?
How good are you with a hammer? She says, like, more jokingly than not.
That depends. I can hit a face pretty well with it. I can hang a portrait. I don't know if I can make a floor.
I may have somewhat of an idea.
Go on.
How do you feel about purple?
Sock him down.
Sorry, did you say
It's a
myrtle?
big hat.
Purple.
Oh.
It's a really big hat. Like, come on.
Sock him the idea.
Lawrence's face palming like, no.
Nope.
Sock him the idea is to blend in, not stand out like a sore thumb.
Depends what crowd you're in.
Is it that? Would it
I
be
would
that
rather pose
strange
as a
for-
worker than a vagrant.
Would it be that strange for a harper to wear bright purple?
How did you know about that?
Call it a hunch.
Something like that.
I have a whole outfit back at the Yawning Portal. You know, minus the pants, which I'm currently... I can have these washed.
I don't
I forgot
think
about
I'm
that.
your size. No.
Okay. out of
Posing
character
as
question.
a day laborer, I think, is the best option. Can you obtain some clothes for me?
Out of character question, how much would an outfit like that cost?
Common clothes are in the player's handbook.
Believe it's 2 gold?
Yeah, it's whatever it is. It's not.
I
very
mean,
much.
yeah. Again, Lawrence has
Sorry,
most of the
which type of
cash, so
outfit is he asking for?
Just
Just
a laborer,
common-
just like a laborer's outfit. Yeah.
Just to look like he's working here or something.
yeah, or at least lives in the city. He's just another average dude.
I suppose
Oh.
a bath is
We'll
out of
get
the
you
question.
Unless you want to go somewhere.
We can make arrangements.
This
Some food.
this is common clothes is 5 silver pieces.
There you go.
Oh, more than enough. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Lawrence will front the cash for that too.
I mean, if you give him money, he's not gonna take it.
No, but Lawrence can go
Yeah,
grab
okay.
stuff and
And
come
some
back with it.
food for a few days. I assume everything here is spoiled.
And maybe
Well
get him
passed.
some tools just to
Hold
look
on,
like you.
hold on. I may have something. He's gonna start searching in his bag.
You still have the cheese. I thought we got rid of that.
Yeah, I think we did.
Your bag is not refrigerated, so anything in there that's not rations is spoiled by now.
Oh, Havoc, stop! Jesus Christ! Sorry about that.
Yeah, I think he does. He pulls the rations is what he pulls out though.
Okay. So
I-
Rainier
but it also-
like looks at them and he turns his nose up just a little bit and he says, "I'm grateful. I am truly, but I
Are you-
could really go for something fresh. I've been on the road for a while."
And
I'll be
Lawrence
back in a
will
bit.
wave a hand. And it's just, I'll take care of you.
I appreciate it.
I could bring you some of the best pickles you ever have in your life.
And I would take them gratefully. I'm
Right.
grateful for the dry rations. I just would rather not, if possible.
And Lawrence will probably at that point just be like, okay, I'm gonna duck out, and he's probably gonna go, get the clothes, get a meal, because
I'll go with you.
act as though
That's like
everyone's
the
going
rest
to-
of the afternoon. You want to leave the conversation right there and just go do that?
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it would take that long.
Waterdeep is huge, dude.
I'm
Would it be
aware of
faster for
that.
you to
I didn't
grab-
think it'd be that long. Like out and back in half an hour.
Oh god, no.
Would it be faster if we split the task? I go grab food, you go grab clothes?
I mean,
Or
yeah,
vice
but
versa.
again, you want to leave the conversation right there and just leave?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
in that
fair.
case, we'll stay for at least a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Rainer says,
Which reminds me, I still need to talk to Fala.
I also haven't told you about the thing about Fala.
What
Oh,
thing?
whenever you want.
No, for unrelated things.
The sign language.
so
Freaking classes.
I will go to the watch. Oh, wait, no, they're still probably looking for me, aren't they? Bugger. One of you will have to go to the watch. Do any of you have authority?
I have Azure Edge, and some of them know it.
No.
In terms of
Pierce's
authority, I think our best bet would probably be Pierce.
Something
Uh,
binding,
thanks for
a
his
rank in a
connections.
guild.
Aye,
Harper.
Pierce is
I mean,
like
Several
rank.
of us are low in the guilds.
I mean, yeah. The best shot is Pierce when he comes back.
Pierce is with the
see.
Black, the Force Grey. I'm with the Enclave. You can probably guess about Sakir.
Honestly, either of those would work. If you want to wait for Percival, you can, but it could be a while.
I'd say let's pull the Enclave card.
We could give it the old Harper try,
Just-
but
So one of you needs to go to the watch with rank. Sorry, Mr. Parnassus. Someone with rank needs to go to the watch,
Lawrence would wave it off. Like,
say
yeah, I
that
know.
they have a dangerous magical artifact in their possession, potentially, and get it from them. The rest of you need to find the damn stone.
Yeah.
I can go make a few inquiries without revealing myself, and we'll meet back this evening after dark.
Sounds like a plan.
Aye.
I have somewhere to be, but the rest of them can, yeah.
I will
trust you.
gratefully look forward to dinner and a change of clothes.
And so at that point, be okay. Let's split up.
Okay.
And Lawrence would probably dip at that point.
Okay, so where's everybody heading?
I'm headed to Fala's.
If you want to grab
Connie is
food,
going to
I'll
the
grab
Corellian's
clothes.
Crown.
Lawrence is going to. Is it possible to both get the quote and take care of the errands for Rainier?
The
Or
quote's been
both.
gotten. Ember and Avi got the quote.
Okay, so it's just a matter of handing over the cash.
Yerp.
Okay,
I can
can
go
I do
shopping if
that
you want to do
and take care of the errands for Rainier at the same time and not take 18 hours?
Theoretically, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to do that then.
Okay. I was gonna offer to go do shopping while you did that, but yeah, make it easier on you.
I mean, just do it all in one fell swoop.
So who specifically is going where?
Braden to Corellians.
So Braden and Connie
Same
are going to
here.
Corellians. Tracegear is going out on, or Lawrence is going out on errands. Where are the twins going?
That's a good question. I don't know where to go.
Salk, push the dog.
You got any business, though? Gamsey.
Gamzee, press the button.
finding something in the Discord. Gamzee says he wanted to have Sok go to the watch thing, but if no one will stop him.
You can tag along.
Okay, so the twins will go to the watch. Braden and Connie will go to Corellian's Crown, and Lawrence will go do errands. Cool. Lawrence, I'm afraid I don't have anything for you.
That's fine. No
But
big deal.
of the other two of you, while we wait for Gamzee to come back, we want to just start with Connie and Braden?
Aye.
Okay. So Connie and Braden, you guys leave Troll Skull Manor and make your way through Troll Skull Alley, people are starting to come back out and not like resume their business, but like do what they can. The gate is, or the gate, the entrance to the alley is still cordoned off. So it's really difficult to go in and out of the alley. So like everybody who leaves the Troll Skull Alley is marked by the watch, like they know who's getting in and out. But Corellian's Crown is in the alley, so you're okay. So you guys just go straight there?
Aye. While we're going over, Braden would mention that Fallon said to come back, closing. Was it at closing, or was it after dark?
It was a closing.
It was a closing.
Sunset
Aye,
was what Fallon said.
Okay, sunset for the sign language classes.
Mm-hmm. Gracie, you with us?
I'm here.
That was directed at you.
I'm sorry, I was taking some notes.
Oh. So you guys going straight to Follows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to make a check. Okay. So you open the door, and Fala is there, helping a customer. Like there's somebody in there, and like they're doing that thing that like people in Raccoon City, so to say, are doing, where like they're pointedly not talking about the fire at the front of the alley, and they're like very pointedly going about their business, but in long form. Right, it's like the customer's like counting out their money individually, and Fala is like very slowly like putting the plants together in like special pots, and you get it. But to keep themselves at ease.
Right.
And the door opens, and they both jump, and then they look over, and Fala smiles, which makes the customer smile. Just some random like older lady, and Fala signs something, and you don't react. And the woman says, "Oh, can't you understand my there?"
Working on it, actually.
Yep.
Follow. Where's that nice young man that helps you occasionally? And Follow just like signs something, smiles, and shakes their head, and the woman like fidgets a bit, picks up her plants, and leaves. And then Fala like looks at the two of you, and pointedly like looks at Brayton a little too long, and then like turns back to the counter.
Aye.
What do you do?
Good is it?
I think Connie will start with, how you doing, Fala?
I think after a second, Fala like reaches under the counter, pulls out a little notepad, writes something down on it, and says, "If this keeps up, you're gonna have to buy me a new notebook."
I'm here to hopefully start to fix this. In the meantime,
It's like, I think Fala writes, "Your timing is poor. I said come back after I close."
Oh shoot, sorry.
Do we need to wait outside?
I did say.
Did you need something? Some flowers to take your mind off things, perhaps?
Sorry,
Well,
I'm having to think out of character. I'm trying to remember what something's called.
What do you need the name of?
I was hoping to pick up something to help with, Rashal's nerves.
Rashal's nerves? Oh, you want like some chamomile tea or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So does Connie say that?
Yeah. Chamomile tea or something like that.
So far says like trouble sleeping, question mark.
No, Rashal had a bit of a run-in with an unsavory character, and you saw the aftermath of all.
When you say unsavory character, you see Fala look at Brayden again.
Slight shit,
Alright,
shaking
then.
her head.
I think Fala signs something that you don't understand, but Brayden, Fala's very specifically touches the underside of their left forearm.
Braden like shakes his head. It's like, no, it's not there with us.
So Fala writes, is everyone okay?
Yeah, he's just shaking. I thought I'd pick up something to help ease him a bit.
Tea's a good idea. I'll prepare something. I'll put it on his tab for you.
Thanks. Actually, I'll cover it.
Very well. Is that all?
Yeah, good news. And she'll, like, flash the Enclave pin just a little bit. Not, like, flash it, but, like, pinch it.
Fala nods. A good choice.
Oh boy, was that an ordeal, though.
Tell me about it.
And Fala, like, writes, like, ordeal.
Did you hear about the
boy.
storm out in the Undercliff?
That was you.
Had to deal with it.
Yeah.
Arcane storm, comma, fireball, comma, quote, unsavory characters, end quote, hyphen,
So,
the KnightLites sure get around. And Fala, like, chuckles.
It's part of our charm.
yeah, the tea would be excellent. Thank you, fella.
While Connie and Fala are like talking, like Braden's writing something down behind them.
Okay.
It's like
What are you writing?
what he's writing is have information for Zeresh. Tell him
Zaraj.
to grab me when he can.
Oh,
That's
totally
Zeresh.
not peeking.
Aye,
Okay.
Tell him to grab me when he can. Like close it.
Yeah, slide across the counter. Fala takes it. As Connie's talking, takes it, opens it, reads it, frowns, sighs,
When he can.
closes it up.
You know she can hear it, right?
I'm not saying it out loud.
Yeah, it's for
Connie
it's for hiding it from Connie.
Aye.
I know Rock's just a bit confused, I think.
Oh, is Rock here? I thought Rock went with Sock.
No.
Yeah,
I
also
thought the
you
I'm
could-
confused
twins
too.
went to the watch.
Aye. It's you.
Now I'm confused.
Yeah,
I'll
I
go to the
said
watch, never mind.
I said so. The twins went to the watch, and Braden and Connie went to Fala, and you said yes.
Okay, my bad. I got confused.
If you want to be here, you can be here.
That's fine. I got people confused. My notes were fudged. My bad.
Do you want to go to Corellian's Crown?
Nah, it's fine.
That's not what I asked you.
Not right now.
Okay, so did you want to go with your brother to the watch?
Yes, I'll go with Sockham. I gotta do something with him anyway, so it's fine.
Cool. So anyway,
Make the panic there.
yeah, so Fala like reads the note, closes it, sighs, signs something at you, and then cocks their thumb at the back room.
Nods.
Connie, you saw that. Like, that was on me. Like, back there.
What's up?
Fala
Like-
signed something at Brayden and then did the, like, thumb strike back behind
No,
over
I
their
mean, like-
shoulder to the back room.
No, I mean, like, Connie looks up at from what she was looking at, like, she just caught the tail end of the conversation.
Oh.
Oh, just asking about some potions.
Ah,
Because I did dish most of the ones that I had out to you lot.
gotcha.
Which, thank you for those, by the way.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Nice.
So Fala says, I'll get your tea together, and then on a new line says, Brayden, can you help me in the back?
Aye, sure, of course.
Subtle.
And
Connie
then, yeah,
quirks an eyebrow at that, but okay.
and then yeah, like steps behind the like beaded curtain into the back room, which connects to the apartment. Like, you pass a staircase like in the side of the hallway that goes up, and then there's a back room with like an Olympic and stuff in it. And back here, Brayden, like working on the alchemy stuff, and by working I mean like actually working, is Zaraj. He's not armed. Basically he's shirtless. And he's just like working on the alchemy stuff. And he sees Fala come back, and he says, "Yeah, Olympic 3 is still leaking. I don't know what's going. The fuck are you doing back here?"
Oh boy.
Where to start?
The fucking beginning? Nobody's supposed to know I'm here. Connie, make a perception check. Zaraj is loud.
Aye. Like Braden turns
Perception.
around and is like, keep your voice down.
Not with that roll, Connie, unfortunately. Fala
aloe
is...
vera, that's hard to find around these parts.
Yeah, right. Fala is like mixing up a little bindle of tea while you're talking to Zaraj.
Aye. I'll start from the beginning. I came in from bumblefuck nowhere, ended up getting wrapped into a bunch of shit. Being a smart ass about it.
Yeah, I think Zaraj looks tempted to slug you in the face.
Aye.
Do you comprehend how dangerous it is for me to be here? For Fala?
I do, actually, I do. Oh, you asked me to get information on the Viper. I'm here.
And I told you where to find me.
And I've completely forgot. It's my bad.
The thing about using informants is you don't put the informants in the fucking spotlight.
It's my bad, I forgot to write it down.
Well, you're here now. Pull up a chair. It reeks back here, by the way.
I'm doing my best not to think about it.
Zaraj, like, kicks a stool at you. Sit down.
I just sit.
Zaraj, like, tightens a copper coil and then plops down. Alright, where's her head?
You asked for a name.
Yeah?
Aye, I got a name.
Did you kill him?
No.
Alright, what do you got?
Right, out of character, what the fuck was the mother's name?
I don't know. You can just say whatever.
No, Braden's mother. What? Fucking.
Who?
I'm trying to. What
Who?
was Braden's mom's name?
I don't know. I don't think we ever said it.
We did. It was like at the beginning.
Whatever. You give him your mom's name?
Aye.
Okay. Excuse me. And so he looks at you quizzically. Not a name I've ever heard before. I guess that's the point.
Yeah. Well, I was more surprised that it was a woman, to be honest. With the talk of the Black Viper, you fucking. in the
Use
face.
your nose. Like, taps his nose. Stronger than you think.
That's a good point.
Stronger than humans, at least.
Fair.
Alright. I'll have our men look into it. You did good. Guess that means you're one of us now.
Aye.
Next time, I say find out about a person who is a pain in our ass. There's a bonus if you bring me their head.
Noted.
In the meantime, reaches into his pouch, pulls out a slip of paper, passes it to you.
So I would just put it in my pocket for now.
Okay. I don't have another job for you right now. We'll talk later. There's some stuff going on.
I'll see. Before I disappear, what was the gnome's name?
What?
The gnome's name for
Dalakar.
Dalakar. I'd ask him if the name Dalakar rings any bells.
Yeah, he's the fucker who died this afternoon.
It was definitely him then, okay.
What do you care?
Try to figure out some things. I'd like to know who dropped the fireball at our front door.
You're telling me I lost 2 men in that?
Only 2?
Thankfully only 2, yeah.
Hope the other guy's in decent condition.
Technically not me. Look, you're in... Maybe you can help us out. I'm looking for someone. Erstal Floxen.
Erkstol Floxen. What?
Erstal Floxen.
Erkstol Floxen.
I don't expect you to know who the fuck that is.
I ain't got a clue.
He was gonna go have a conversation with Dalakar. Problem is, the guys I sent, well, I didn't send them. The guys that got sent with him, they're dead on the street. Erstal's nowhere to be found.
Nah, great.
He hasn't checked in. Nobody knows where the fuck he is.
So you want me to have a look around, see if I can find him.
Yeah. See what he found out from Dalakar before he died. Look, we wanted Dalakar alive. We didn't do that.
Didn't expect you to have.
Though I am curious about something. What the fuck did Dalakar want with you? It's your house, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fuck did he want?
Don't know, I'd never met the guy before.
Then find Erstal.
Nah, I'll see what I can find out from him.
Vala looks over. Might be able to help you.
Looks at Fala curiously.
Vala, starts signing, and Zaraj translates. He says, I was watering the plants in the greenhouse upstairs when the fireball went off, blew out some of the windows. Luckily, Zaraj was close by and was helping me replace them. I wasn't injured, but through the smoke, I saw somebody limp away, leave the area. Zaraj thinks that it was Erstal. I don't know where he went, but he looked like he was afraid someone was following him.
Aye. Okay. What direction did you go, if you seen?
Circled around the bent nail and left the alley. And then, to you, Zaraj says, you have no idea what this fucking gnome wanted with you.
No clue.
No idea.
Nope.
What about the tiefling in the front room?
As far as I know, she didn't know who it was either.
Find out.
Well done. And just so I know what I'm looking for is... What is it? Human? Orc? What?
That is a very good question.
Urxel.
I'm checking, hang on. Erstal is... That picture is not helpful. He's human.
Human, right. So a hurt human looking from running from someone.
Technically,
Okay.
I'm not supposed to know about Urkelfloxen. The Black Network keeps its secrets from itself, but I'm in the business of finding these secrets out. Problem is, his employers haven't seen him.
And I'm guessing that's bad.
Yeah. I'm not exactly the most persuasive sort. He gestures to Fala.
Mhm.
But we were both getting stonewalled. Maybe you'll have better luck. Before he went to go meet with Dalekar, Erstal was employed at Growlhund Villa.
Growl the villa.
Sorry, what's it called?
Growlhund Villa.
Spelling?
Do. Wait a second. Gamma, Romeo, Alpha, Lima, Hotel, Utah, Nevada, Delta. Growlhund.
Girl. Blah, blah, blah. Something village.
Growlhund villa. Got it.
Okay.
Braden will let pull out his map and slip right, where's it?
If you're lucky and quick, you might be able to speak with Dead with the victims, find out what happened to Erstal.
I don't think we know anyone that knows Speak with Dead. That
Well,
would help.
Find someone, because we're moving to get our guys from the Watch, so you gotta move fast. Once they're back in the hands of the Black Network, that's off the table.
Okay.
That's what I got for you. I'm working on this too, but two heads are better than one.
Aye.
Heard Neverember was back in the city. You find him, put a knife in his ribs.
Well done.
Follow, like, passes the bindle into your hands.
Aye, I'll take it.
Follow
Walk
starts
back
walking
over.
out. Yeah.
Aye.
So, Connie, a little bit later, Braden and
Ooh,
Fala
the
come.
biscuits. These are pretty.
Right. Doesn't take long at all. Fala and Braden come back with a bindle full of tea.
Thank you so much, Paula. How much for this?
I think Fala looks at Braden, and then writes down 5 dragons.
I'll pass it along.
Takes it, nods at you. The sign in the window, by the way, it now says, now available potions of lightning resistance.
Nice.
Nice.
Follow writes, can I help you with anything else?
I think that's it, thanks.
Aye, thanks very much.
Okay. And you guys take your leave. Which is good, because Zaraj was killing my throat.
You
You
choose
wanna
the worst
have a-
voice.
You want to have a conversation before you switch scenes?
I'm good, but if Connie has anything to say,
Probably she'll just stop briefly to drop off the tea, but I don't think that merits a whole scene.
Okay. So we switch over to the twins, making their way to where? Where are you guys heading?
Quick question. What time of day is it right now?
Like 5 p.m., 4 or 5 p.m., somewhere around there.
Do I know when the stores and stuff close? Usually?
No.
Okay. Hey, Sock, mind if I make a quick stop on the way?
It's fine by me.
Yeah, that's a good question. Where are we going? I believe you were going to go talk to the
Watch.
I mean, there's a lot of places we could talk to the Watch.
probably head for wherever their hub is.
I would recommend the Hall of Justice. That is where we're likely to get the most answers, if at all possible, says Azure Edge.
That's a good point. We'll go for the Hall of Justice.
Alright, I will make a quick shopping trip on the way. I just want to pick up some bells and some strings. Like small bells.
Did I hear him right? Did he say bells and string?
Yeah, he's the cautious type.
I must
what the
say,
bells are
I
for.
approve of this new form. I haven't really had a chance to bring it up yet, but very, very different from what I would normally be accustomed to. Dwarven, I think. Rather appealing, I must say.
I'm glad to hear it.
How's Azraed's doing?
He seems to like his new form quite a bit.
I must say, this business with the fireball has me thinking. Was that Rainier Neverember in your parlor? By the way, you might want to consider cleaning that. It's a bit run down.
We've got the money to get. He's like, whenever he responds to Azure Edge, he does it kind of quietly so people don't give him looks.
Besides your brother.
Just quietly whispering over your shoulder.
Yeah, right.
Right. Just like, yeah, we're gonna renovate it, then give it a prop. Yes, that was him, but we're calling Carlos.
I would have assumed Gregory. At any rate, we're going to investigate that matter. I mean, it is a crime in Waterdeep to cast a fireball in the street and murder, certainly. And besides, it's personal. They attacked your dwelling. We should investigate post haste.
Of course we are. 11 people got hurt, and not only that, but, well, you heard what was said about the supposed perpetrator.
I did.
Not, exactly legal.
I also heard about the Stone of Galore. Would you care to enlighten me as to precisely what that is?
You can search my mind, can't you?
Yes, you told me not to do it unless you were asleep.
This you have a pass on, because I don't particularly...
Okay, so you start dissociating again. You start to, like, daydream, but you can't control it.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure he doesn't walk into a horse or something.
I mean, he's about to.
Yeah, I'll pull him out of the way.
Okay.
And I'll just we'll stand on the side of the road for a minute, I guess.
Okay.
So he doesn't run into something.
So after a bit, Azure Edge says, Daggold Neverember's vault. I'm afraid I can't help you there. I don't know a great deal about it, except that he was ousted by someone, well, several someones. An elf with a talking staff, a dwarf with a pair of hammers, a grizzled-looking archer with a crossbow, and a tiefling bard. Oh, you know him. Good.
Sorry, back up. What did you just say?
Yeah,
hang on.
Tristan's crew.
I'm sorry, are you saying that gnome was a member of Tristan's group?
No, I'm saying Daggold Neverember was ousted by the Lords of Waterdeep with the help of that group of adventurers.
Oh.
You alright?
I'm good.
No, I meant, sock him.
Yeah, I let the axe take a look in Monoghan.
Is that safe?
No,
so.
not at all.
You don't know where the axe has been. I find out.
That's rather rude. I've only been impaled in the vilest entities to ever grace Waterdeep's darkest alleys. Perfectly safe, mostly. Probably.
I still wish I could hear him.
The magic, probably less so. There is a chance that you might have a minor case of severe brain damage, but it's nothing that a good night's sleep won't fix, I'm sure. Probably.
Thanks, really.
Listen. If Azure Edge is played by anybody, it's Wheatley's voice actor, and we both know it. Like, come on.
I mean, fair.
He like looks over his shoulder and like gives the axe this like incredulous look, like what?
I'm sure it's fine. Where are we going?
The halls of a store, then the halls of justice. Unless you already did that while I was conked.
Do you think the others will be mad if I sell the dragon scale?
You have a dragon
Probably not.
scale?
Yeah, we made friends with the dragon.
Well, yes, I saw Rashal.
No, a brass dragon. Name was Zelifar. A proper dragon. Lived in the harbor.
I poke him in the ribs with a finger.
Don't let Rashal hear you say that.
Maybe not in public. Even if you are being quiet.
I say your energy would be better suited in hunting down this fireballer. We have a criminal to bring to justice, Sockham.
That's the plan.
At this point, I keep walking.
Yeah, Sockham's definitely gonna follow.
Yeah, since you're not, like, daydreaming at the moment. Yeah, so I'm thinking strings and a few bells if it's not too much, and then probably sell the scale first. That way I have some money. But...
You could sell the scale. Which type of shop do you try to sell the scale to?
If we find the gnome, we can paint it purple, and they'll probably take it for a hefty sell.
See, Brightwood
Fuck
knows,
that
but
shop,
Rockham isn't
fuck
exactly
that
the
Fuck that shop.
Rockham isn't exactly the vendoring type, as it were. He's not really a tradesman. So
Right.
His thing is more like furs and belts. So
This is
I think
technically
we-
a pelt.
yeah,
It is a tiny piece of pelt.
maybe some sort of alchemist shop, maybe, or I
Okay,
don't know if
make a
I'd
persuasion
change it.
check.
Oh no!
Can Sock try to help him
I
with
should have
it?
let Sock do this.
Sure, you can give him advantage.
Oh god. Okay.
Okay. And an alchemist shop will pay you 1,200 dragons for the scale.
Yeah, that'll do.
We've been getting duped this whole time.
And I will make sure to put those dragons in at least 9 different pockets,
Okay.
and then the rest of my bag because pockets are small.
Rockham finally got paid.
I'll share it later. Anyway, yeah. So first order of business, and then make a mental note to discuss the whole getting 100 per scale later.
Mhm.
And yeah, try to find a shop, some sort of general store that'll sell me some bells and strings.
Easily done. Like 10 dragons, and you'll have whatever you need.
Okay. The plan for these is to head back to our place and set up a bit of security.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
And then you're heading to the Hall of Justice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in the meantime, Azure is like, you know, thinking about it, that was probably Zentarum. The black armor and the swords. Did any of them have a snake tattoo?
I don't think any of us looked.
Sockham, evil never rests, and while you're sitting on your heels, you can let valuable information go away. We should try to get a look at the morgue if we can. That'll take some serious cunning. Are you prepared?
I'm not that smart, but I can be clever.
Clever is good. Clever is very good. Worst case, we'll need to sneak in. We need that information. They'll probably be being held at the same Hall of Justice, so we won't have to go far.
What are you planning, Sockham? I almost used my own name there.
I'm not planning anything. He like gestures to the act.
That
My,
worries me more.
My smarter half is though.
Is it smarter than you? You're pretty smart. I mean,
Brains and muscle! Waterdeep has never seen the likes of us before. You're supposed to flex heroically when I say that.
Real talk? The axe is smarter than me by like 4 points.
yeah, but Rockham is. It's an axe. I mean, sure it talks.
Let's try that again. Let's try that again, Sockham. Brains and muscle! Waterdeep has never seen the likes of us before.
He strikes the pose.
So,
just see him.
yes, yeah, you just see him. You see the light. You see the axe strobe, and then Sockham goes full All Might for a second.
I try to trip him. Just for like,
Yes, you can. Make a sleight of hand check.
You know, with all these shenanigans, I'm real tempted to take a level in Rogue later.
Okay, Sokka, make a dexterity saving throw, please. You do not trip him.
Impressive. Okay. Then I will move on like nothing ever happened. And by
This is
move
what
on, I
I'm
mean
stepped
Yeah,
over.
so you guys head to the Hall of Justice. You've been here a few times now.
yeah, you know. we're-
Not
We're
since Rockham was a harbor. The sun is starting to set by the time you get out there. It's got like the 4 guards outside with lanterns. They see you guys like come up, and like one of the guards like steps forward and says, "Name?"
Rockham?
Sakam Reda Zuma.
And your business in the Hall of Justice.
Has to do with the matter that occurred in front of Troll Skull Manor.
I see. You'll come to leave information relevant to the investigation, then.
It's a property that I own, and I've come to gather information for my own investigation.
On whose authority? This isn't a matter for civilians, I'm afraid.
He readjusts Azure Edge so it's pointed. The wielder of Azure Edge and the KnightLites.
I believe you're a harper. That might give you a bit more standing, Sokam.
I wasn't expecting him to pull that card. So, you know.
Right, and I'm a harper.
I do have some proof.
Yeah, he with his other hand pulls out the pen.
And he takes it, looks at it. Right this way! And he turns and starts leading you into the Hall of Justice.
Make sure you get your pen back. And follow him in.
Right.
Yeah. So the two of you go inside. By the way, if it's not on your character sheet, Salcom, you are at 4 renown with the Harpers.
Oh boy.
So you're led in to a door marked it's probably Blastwind's door. No, it's Cromley's door. It's totally Cromley's door. You see the sign on the door. It says Cromley. Let me get his first name. It says Captain Saith Cromley on the door, and the dude that's with says, "This is the watch investigator in charge of the matter. I'm sure he'll gladly work with you, Lord Harper." And he knocks on the door and opens it, and he says, "Captain Harper to see you, sir." And you hear
Sorry, what's his name?
Cromley, Saith Cromley, and you hear a voice inside say, "Thank you, thank you." And the door opens, and he sees you. This is the guy from before. He doesn't have Blastwind with him. He's sitting at a desk doing paperwork. Because again, it's after dark, right? He
Right.
notices the two of you, recognizes you, and he kind of sneers a little bit. He says, "The mage isn't with you, is he?"
Not currently.
Then by all means, come in. Can I offer you gentlemen a drink?
No need.
And you come in, close the door. It's like a policeman's office, so it's cramped, right? It's really small. If this was modern, he would have a copier in here, and there wouldn't be a lot of space, right? He's got the medieval equivalent of that. But he gestures for you guys to sit down. The chairs are human sized, so they're a little bit too small for you. And also you're armed. And he says, "What can the Office of the Watch do for the Harpers tonight?"
I'm not sure if you remember or not, but I am one of the owners of Trollskull Manor.
How could I forget?
We have decided to undergo our own investigation because of some matters we've been dealing with.
I see. So am I dealing
one.
with the owner of Trollskull Manor, in which case I will ask you to leave, or am I dealing with a Harper?
You're dealing with a Harper in search of procuring the safety of Waterdeep. I'm considering these matter one and the same.
I'm not, and neither are my superiors. I am duty-bound to work with the Harpers, as they are an officially recognized guild of Waterdeep, A distraught tavern owner is not my priority at the moment.
As said, I'm here.
I
on
presume you
business.
have some authority from your superiors that allows you to undertake this investigation.
Hang on, I'm thinking.
Okay. So Cromley turns to Rock. He says, "You're also a harper?"
Rock had to step away.
Oh, didn't see that.
Puppy madness.
No worries.
Hall of Justice.
So-
Rock,
So what do you
yeah.
think? What do you think, Insock? You said you're doing a think. What is the think that you're doing?
Doing a think on the. Sorry, every time I hold down my button, it begins mass producing that key.
Yeah, that needs to be what happens.
So put it on your shift key so it doesn't do that.
Well, I'm typing a lot while we're doing this, so I can't really do.
What did I miss?
Doing a think of maybe Azure Edge can be used in this situation as a good enough symbol.
The Azure Edge is not the symbol of the Harpers, though.
Yeah.
What he said was, "Are you working under the authority of the Harpers?"
Yeah, I can't really help you there.
He also asked if you were a Harper, Rock.
I would have said no.
And well, unless you can give me some kind of recommendation that I bother with you on the Harper's behalf, I'm gonna have to ask you gentlemen to leave. I have a lot of paperwork to do.
The Harpers deal in the safety of Waterdeep.
Yes, and
And I wield the axe born for the protection of Waterdeep. By all accounts, I am here on official business.
For the matter of public record, are you in any way acting with the authority of the Harpers?
Officially, with their permission, no. But given the circumstances this can lead to, yes.
Show him the badge! Show him the badge! Show him the badge!
Like, points a thumb at, like, Azure Edge. Right. Fumbles the pen back out again.
Takes it, peers at it, sighs. And it's that resigned sigh of, "Oh, fuck, the feds are here." He passes it back to you, and he says, "Yes, my lord, what would you have of me?"
First, feel free to call me anything but Lord. I hate that stuff.
So, Buttlord, got it.
Secondly,
Sorry, that was
I
bright.
simply
Yes,
need
my
any
lord,
info-
what can I do for you?
Secondly,
right.
I simply need any information you may have gathered thus far, a look at the evidence gathered on the scene, and a look at the corpses.
I'll get the release forms. He, like, gets up, goes over to a filing cabinet, rummages through it, comes back with a stack of papers, says, "I'll need you to fill these out for the official cooperation between my guild and yours," and, like, sets it down in front of you.
Is there a window in here, by the way?
No, Cromley does not get a window office, no.
I was just curious, but okay, never mind.
Or Cromwell.
Right,
Rockham's-
exactly.
Rockham's keeping an eye on. He's keeping an eye on the time as well.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna fill up stuff best he can. Not really understanding most of it, I bet.
I'll try and help what I can. But
I mean,
yeah,
Azure
paper
Edge
is
can
not my
help
thing.
you.
Oh, there you go.
Fair.
So make a, let's see, linguistics isn't really a thing in 5e. Make
Maybe
a,
intelligence?
what?
Maybe just straight intelligence.
Yeah, make an intelligence check with advantage. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Azure Edge helps you, you fill it out, you pass it back. Cromley doesn't even look at it, he just puts it in a folder, puts it on the side of his desk. The investigation is being officially conducted by the most careful order of Magists and Protectors, with one Barnabas Blastwind presiding. What the Watch has been informed of is that 11 individuals were struck down with relative instantaneousness in front of one Troll Skull Keep, so named because it is at the head of Troll Skull Alley. So named because of the troll skull that decorates the side of the street, which was not harmed in the blast. The individuals are currently being identified by next of kin, employers, and family in the city morgue. We believe this was a targeted attack, but we are not sure whom or why. We have no suspects in this case right now. And he gives you the look like, please leave my office.
Right. As for the items, the evidence gathered on scene, and seeing the corpses?
All of the effects were gathered from the corpses and are awaiting identification to be returned to the relevant parties. If you have any information, the Watch would be very interested in knowing it, he says boredly.
Right.
Quick out-of-character question.
Mm-hmm.
Necromancy, even if it's for the better good, is big no-no, right? Mostly because speak with dead is probably necromancy?
It is necromancy, yes. There is a difference between asking a blacksmith to perform a necromancy spell and having a coroner do it. Let me put it that way. It's like guns are banned, but the army carries guns.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
like that type of thing.
And yeah, I think Rockham will pipe up and have the. Is there an option for the dead to be spoken to through proper channels?
The coroners have not requested a cleric on hand. If the Harpers, he looked at Zalkum, if the Harpers believe that such an interrogation is necessary and is willing to pay the fee, we can certainly have requisite charms and hexes be cast to get a testimony from the deceased.
What would the fine be?
The fee, not fine.
That's sorry, I meant fee.
The requisite cleric fee would depend on the cleric involved. I'm certain that the state of Waterdeep would find something amenable with a surcharge no greater than 200 dragons, I would assume.
I just nod at Sockham, like, there you go.
I can handle that. Not currently, but shouldn't be an issue. He'd stand up, like, so where should I go for inspecting the evidence, as to say?
A request to see the effects of the deceased that has not been released to the next of kin must be submitted in writing to both the Watch and the presiding investigator, currently involved in the most careful order of mages and protectors. Would you like the required forms?
I would say so, yes.
And sighs. Cromley gets up, goes back over to the filing cabinet.
While he's doing that,
Uh-huh.
I just pass Sockham 200 of the gold I just got.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Do what you will with it.
Sets back down like a manila folder, passes it to you. The required forms for evidence collection are within, simply put, examination, where you would put the reclamation procedures.
Right.
More paperwork. Make another intelligence check with advantage.
Bureaucracy.
Welcome to Waterdeep, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I do my best not to fall asleep during this.
You
Yeah.
have
Staring
a
at the
lot of
ceiling.
trouble with these because it's like what he gave you was basically a like I'm signing for this item instead of I want to look at it for an investigation. So you get like real turned around on the sheet. You can't complete it as given.
I don't know if this can help me, but I do have advantage.
Yeah, I know.
Or inspiration.
Inspiration would just give you advantage, but you already have advantage, so.
Okay.
By the way, if any of you don't have advantage, you have advantage. Or inspiration.
Noted.
I made the mistake, and you did. Oops.
And I don't suppose just by glancing over his shoulder once in a while I can make sense of any of it.
I mean, he's already got advantage. Like, that's all you could do was confer advantage on him. Like,
I meant just, like, try my own...
God, no.
Okay.
Like, he has someone familiar with Waterdevian bureaucracy talking in his ear. And
would feel bad if I didn't.
Azure is like, this poor desk jockey is unfortunately doing his job, but it's being unhelpful. Throw some weight around, boy.
Really quietly over her shoulder, she's like, "And how would I do that precisely?"
You're very large and have an axe. Though I suppose threatening a member of the Watch is not the best idea. You are a harper, though. You could make some demands, see what shakes out of the tree.
All of this won't get me in trouble with the Harpers, will it?
You're in this far. What does that matter?
Suppose I didn't plan on staying forever.
In for a copper, in for a dragon, as they say.
Listen, with some information I have of my own, I believe an immediate check is pertinent.
You believe that the Watch has in its possession something dangerous to itself as an entity or the people of Waterdeep writ large.
What he's trying
Yes.
to say is we have better ways to spend our time than paperwork.
Well, that and what you said.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Good luck. Oh no.
You know, I think he just like does the slow blink at you, and he says, "If the Harpers have relevant information to the investigation, I recommend, for the safety of Waterdeep and her citizens, that they bring it forward."
Man, let's try and sock him.
He looks at Rock and says, "I'm gonna do the thing again."
Thing?
First of all, we possess information that the attacker may have been some kind of golem, flesh golem.
Do you have any proof of this whatsoever? An eyewitness testimony, physical evidence of this proposed necromantic entity, or, I don't know, a picture of the damn thing?
From what we've heard, there are 2 people that have seen it and described this, as well as roofing tiles awning across the way being shifted by something much heavier and faster than a
Poor
person.
masonry on the part of the victimized roof is not constitution of an emergency for the City Watch. As for these witnesses, do they have names?
I don't remember the old lady's name.
Not my problem.
And I didn't write it down either. Fuck. I have an idea, but I hate it.
What?
I could be an eyewitness, but I'm not good at lying.
Do it.
Such a risky thing.
Oh dear,
We don't have
we
a-
are in trouble.
Lives are at stake, Rockham.
We can say we have we can like just add addendum on the end. Actually, I saw it as along with the other 2.
Yep.
Or you could pull the I'm Spartacus and say, like, when he says, like, is there a name? You could just be like, me.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rockham clears his throat very audibly. I may or may not have seen something.
I think Cromley looks at you levelly, like, really? And you didn't front load with that? Go ahead and make a persuasion check. If you want to use your inspiration, I won't give you disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
My charisma
So
is not...
it's just a normal roll.
Okay.
Mark off your
Where is
inspiration.
Where is persuasion? There it is. I never use it.
Yep. Okay. Cromley sighs. He's still got the I don't believe you face. He stands up.
Yeah,
He
well.
says, "Right. Come with me, sir. I'll have an officer of the watch take your testimony shortly." And he goes to open the door.
In Giant, I just whispered Valor Hollow 8s and I leave.
Okay, so he takes you to an interrogation room and just like sets you down at the table, and then
Fuck, I'm about to die.
and then leaves. He says like a watch officer will be with you shortly, and he leaves. He
Yep.
comes back to you, and he says, Salcom. He comes back to you. He says, "Does the Lord Harper wish to oversee the interrogation?" Sark.
I forgot the button.
Button.
Yes, I would.
The observation room is this way, and he leads you out of the room to another door. It's like behind glass, like a seating booth. And a little bit later, a different watch officer comes in, like a young-ish looking like male dwarf. He's wearing like a watch uniform. But he's not like kitted to go out on the street, right? He doesn't have like a nightstick. He doesn't have like a lantern, whatever. And he
Real
like,
quick.
yo,
I assume Cromley would have left after showing
no,
me
he's
to
just
there.
down beside you.
Oh,
Well,
I have
okay.
to wait on this then.
Wish me
And
luck.
the dwarf like sits down, like climbs up in the chair, sits down, and he looks at you, and he says, "So, saw the incident at Trollskull, did you?
Some of it, yeah.
Very well. You got a name?
Rockham Bludarzumar.
I'm gonna have to spell that."
And I'll spell it out
Yeah,
for him.
he writes it down. Age.
Fuck, what is my age?
And you
I
can
gotta
just
check
tell
real quick.
him.
Yeah, I
Writes
think
it
it's
down.
16 or 17.
Got a preferred way of being addressed.
Rockham is fine.
Writes it down. All right then. Sits back in his chair. Welcome. What'd you see?
Well, the first
I haven't
thing
got to play a dwarf in so long. This is so fun.
Well, the first thing I heard was the fire going off, as it were. A fireball, I believe it's called.
Write something down. Officers confirmed a fireball was thrown at the scene. Recovered a. Well, we didn't recover shit. A damn force grey. There's a necklace of fireball. Somebody's setting off several. Seems to be some brat.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Writes it down.
It's honestly when I heard the sound of it, I ducked for cover, and I happened to see a I don't know what a good word for it would be. I want to say person, but I don't mean like you or me. It was just big, I guess.
What did this big person look like?
It was hard to see among all the people freaking out at the moment. But I saw it run up onto a roof and disappear. It was almost golem-like, I suppose.
Disappear,
I'm new to these
like
parts.
like
Out of sight.
turned invisible. Then
Went up and over onto a rooftop, and then. Well, I was more concerned with saving my own neck than chasing after it.
what did it look like?
Muscular, maybe strong. It was very fast. It didn't seem like the type to make fireballs.
Look
but
like
again,
you and I, 2 arms, 2 legs, head on the top.
Yeah.
Write it down.
But very top heavy, I suppose. Maybe
Top
big
heavy,
feet.
so it had spindly legs and large shoulders.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right, go on.
And yeah, I saw it run. It was less of a run, more of a jump, really. But climb up the wall of the building,
Jumped up onto a
hit
roof.
the roof, and disappeared over the other side.
Hmm.
I can't confirm that it was the one who cast the fireball, but I mean, I kind of put 2 and 2 together.
All right. Thank you, citizen. Closes his book up, gives you a salute, hops down out of his chair. You're free to go.
You know,
Walks out the door.
wipe my hand across my face for some sweat and walk out.
Yeah. So, Cromley turns to Salcom and says, "You didn't say anything about a flesh golem."
I did use the word golem.
You didn't say flesh golem. Press the button, Gamzee.
As said, I have two others who saw it. My brother simply saw it on its way off.
Do they have names?
For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the first, but it was a noblewoman, often in search of one investigator Trent's services. Sure, for a fee, you'd be able to get it out of him.
Yes, Trench. Like, glowers. We've got a file on Trench. I'm afraid we're not going to get any information out of him. Who's this other witness of yours?
You certainly could for a fee. I know for a fact.
Are
you probably
you
could for a fee.
saying that the authority of Waterdeep and her people isn't enough? I'm not gonna pay
Trench?
someone.
He's gonna look. He's gonna like give the guy a look and go to Trench.
Like I said, we're not gonna get any information out of him. Who's this other witness of yours?
The other was a child currently in the protection of Blackstaff Tower.
So ultimately, you're useless. Got it. But nothing in any of this seems to tell me that we have something dangerous, and you're yet to elaborate on that point.
For a first matter, the child pulled the fireball.
The necklace of bloody
out
fireballs.
of
I was there. I saw you. I saw the child. I saw that friend of yours run off with him.
There, mother, forgive me. We believe that this situation may all be connected back to the vault, Rainier Everember, and a particular orb.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
First of all, the vault is not Rainier's. The vault is
Hi.
Daggle's.
I
I
didn't
just
say a
want
name
to.
for
I
the
just want to
vault.
clarify. Did Salcom say the vault, Rainier Neverember, and an orb, or did Gamzee say that and mean to say Daggled?
I meant to say Daggle.
Okay. So at this, Cromley opens both of his eyes, and he says, "Officially, the Harpers are telling the City Watch that the fireball that happened in front of Troll Skull Alley was because of the purported Vault of Dragons? Do the Harpers present any proof of this?"
I am telling you this. The Harpers, as of I know yet, Mert does not know of this.
So you're not acting under authority.
In telling you this information, which I can confirm factual if you need, or he pulls the move that he assumes will
Are
work
you
in
or
Waterdeep.
aren't you acting under the authority of the Harpers? And at the same time, Azure Edge says, "If ever there was a time to lie, it's now, Salcom." He's got that look on his face.
He lets out a long groan and says, "Yes."
So the Harpers are officially stating, for a matter of public record, to the City Watch, that the incident with the fireball purported in front of Trollskull Keep or Trollskull Manor, is related to the Vault of Dragons. Yes?
Oh, Mert is going to have my ass. Myself, as a Harper, yes, this is what I am saying.
Are the Harpers stating this, or are you
Yes,
stating?
Yes! Can I see the bodies, please?
Make a persuasion check.
Do you still have your inspiration? Or did you use that already?
He still got it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You want to use it?
I don't think I need it.
Do you want to use it?
Sure.
Okay. So he sighs. As he's getting out of the chair, he says, "Why?" Rock, you're led outside the Hall of Justice, by the way.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Believe not only does some of the bodies, if not only one, belong to a member of the Thieves Guild, whatever they're called, as well as I believe they had something in their possession of great value that I need.
You're looking to officially claim evidence obtained by the City Watch for the Harpers. What is this item?
It was a stone ball.
He looks at you like you just grew a second head.
I know how it sounds, really, but I'm serious.
Is this dangerous? Like, fine, come on, but is this dangerous?
Speaking frankly, yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It's not bad enough that Force Grey gets involved with our arrest, but now the Harpers are...
If it makes you feel better, one of my brothers is Force Grey, and he was the one that took the child.
Your mother gets
So
around.
really, this is just the same group. The KnightLites are just trying to do a thing.
And he just like sighs and like leads you up the hallway, and he says, "Fine, evidence or bodies first?"
Evidence.
Okay, so we smash cut to Sockham sitting in front of a metal table, and this like big wooden crate just gets thunked down in front of you. It smells like ash and embers, and Cromley says, "That's everything that was on the bodies. Minus 2 short swords, which you don't need ordinary unenchanted short swords, I assume."
No. I presume those
Just-
were taken to add to your own armory.
No.
Which, you know.
I'm just not
No.
giving a random Harper a weapon in the middle of the... That's everything else. Oh, it was getting dark by the time you got there, Rock. At this point,
Yeah,
it's dark.
As soon as I leave, I'll have someone, if I have to pay them, then sure to pass a message along.
Okay. No problem.
Just so Sock doesn't wait up.
So, Sock, you have this big crate in front of you. What do you want to do?
I think Sock's gonna start looking through it for the orb.
Okay. For the orb. What orb?
The galore.
Stone of Galore.
Now, yeah, stone of
Do
galore.
you have
Oh,
any
fuck.
idea what the Stone of Galore looks like?
He's just looking for a big ball of rock.
Do you know
There
what
you
the
go.
Stone of Galore looks like? Yes or no?
No.
Make an investigation check with disadvantage.
How many balls fit in a chest?
Okay. You do not find the Stone of Galore. How long do you look?
Good 10 minutes.
You do not find the Stone of Galore.
Suppose if there's... Is there anything else that would catch it while looking through this stuff?
Yes. Clothes, armor, jewelry, paperwork. By paperwork, I mean like identifying papers, money. That's it, really. You see a signet
Sock,
ring?
like, signet ring?
Yeah, it's not a signet that you recognize. Remember, there was 11 people here. There's also some smashed instruments.
Yikes. I think Sockham looks at the ring and goes, not particularly what I was after, but maybe of use.
You're looking for a dangerous object to be seized by the Harpers, not to add to your personal collection. If you take anything
No,
else
it's a-
from that box, I will consider it theft.
That's fair. And he looks back. Alright, onto the bodies.
So this potentially dangerous object is not here, Lord Harper.
No, and
You are
that's even
saying that
worse.
for a matter of public record, that the Watch is not in possession of this potentially dangerous artifact.
From my search, no. There is a chance that I'll be back with someone more perceptive.
The look on Cromley's face is, we'll see about that, but he doesn't say anything. Azure Edge, to you, says, I very seriously doubt they're going to let us back, Sockham. Be thorough and turn every stone.
Actually, let me Sockham's gonna like turn to the crate, like back to Ashridge. You saying I should take another look real quick?
I'm saying be sure. I don't know what the stone looks like.
Fuck. Like really quiet. Fuck. He's gonna like. I'm gonna take one more look because
There is a very high chance that the watch. Obviously, the watch doesn't want us involved, Harper, Force Grey, or otherwise. You can see the disdain that he has for Percival, but that means that they're going to level bureaucracy against you. You will only have the chance to throw this authority around once. Be sure, Sockham.
Could I interrupt very briefly?
What's up?
When what's his name cast Legend Lore, do we get like a physical description of the thing, or is it just what it does?
You got a physical description of it, but you didn't get like a picture.
Okay.
So I do know what I'm looking for in essence. I just don't know what it looks.
You know you're looking for a stone.
I know it's a green stone that has runes.
Yeah.
And can fit in your hand.
Do we know its size, perhaps?
You do not.
You gave us the thing that says that it can fit in a hand.
Oh, there you go.
A lot of things
there we go.
fit in your hand, though.
I guess Sock's gonna take another look really quick.
Okay. Make another investigation check with disadvantage. You do not find the Stone of Galore.
This is certainly troubling. It's definitely not here.
Unless he's not showing it to us. How do we know he's not in on this conspiracy?
That's true. Tell me, Cromley, is there a second area for
Captain
magical evidence?
Cromley.
Captain Cromley. Dear, sincere apologies. Not one for titles unless asked of.
Not one for procedure
Captain
either.
Cromley. Captain Cromley, is there anywhere for magical evidence?
There
Or
was
is this all of it?
nothing magical recovered at the scene.
To my knowledge, the watch had taken the necklace.
The necklace is currently in the possession of Force Grey. Because some roustabout decided to take our witness out from under us.
That's fair.
The watch has nothing magical.
Can I make a check to make sure he's not lying?
You can make an insight check, certainly. He seems to be as truthful as he can, given the situation.
Oh, all right. On to the bodies then.
He packs the stuff back up in the crate, puts it back on a shelf, leads you down with crossfade to you guys going down underground into a morgue. Bunch of like bodies on sheet. Since there was 11 corpses, there's gonna be a bunch of bodies down here on like leather and wood like cots in various stages of being autopsied.
Right. He's probably gonna go for the gnome first if he can see it.
They're all covered in sheets, and there doesn't seem to be anybody else down here. They're probably done for the day.
Right.
Shall I call for a priest then, Master Harper?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
You have the requisite fee.
I have 200 gold, yes.
And holds his hand out to you.
He'll hand him the 200 and hold out an extra 10. Something for your time, because I feel terribly rude.
Are you bribing a member of the City Watch, Master Harper?
No, I'm giving you an extra 10 to apologize because I'm being rather rude.
Make a persuasion check. He takes it, like, making, like, eye contact with you the entire time. Puts the 10 in his pocket, takes the other money. He says, "You are free to examine the corpses. I'll return with a priest as soon as I am able." And leaves.
So he is going to go from like body to body trying to find
Okay.
the
Yeah, you find the gnome pretty easily. He's the only, like, aside from the halflings, he's the only, like, short guy here.
Assume it's not a stretch to say turning over his arm would show the usual mark.
Yep, he's got the, you don't know to look for it, though.
Wouldn't I?
No.
Didn't
You have not seen it.
Oh.
You know what the mark looks like. You don't know where it, you don't know that he's branded. You know the mark of the Black Network, that's true. But you don't know that they brand their members.
That's fair. Guess.
If you want to make a medicine check to notice it, you can.
I'll take that shot.
Okay. Azure Edge will give you advantage because he's helping you. Okay. Looking over the gnome, you find a bunch of information. Let me check something here. Barnabas was caught from behind, or not Barnabas, sorry. Dalakar, if this is Dalakar, this gnome, was caught from behind. He didn't see the fireball coming. Which is odd because he was found with a dagger in his hand. You know that. You found that. He was, most of his back is fucked up. His nose is broken where he got blown into the door, but like the front of him is largely fine. But yeah, you do find the brand on the bottom of his left forearm with the Zentarum symbol on it. Or no, wait, sorry. Dalakar's not a Zentarum. Never mind, he does not have it.
Huh?
Yeah, Dalakar is not a Zentarum. Glad I double-checked my notes. So maybe like Azure Edge says, like, if he's in the Black Network, he'll have a brand on his arm, and then you look and he doesn't have it.
Right. Probably, if I've still got time, check the other two in the same way.
Two of the bodies have brands, yes.
Suppose wait arrives.
Sorry?
Suppose wait until the priest and them
Okay.
arrive.
Yeah. It takes about 30 minutes, but a priest comes in, like a robed priest. He's not in the like city watch. Like the guy had to go to like the temple district to get him. He's got a holy symbol around his neck. And Cromley comes in behind him with like a cup of coffee for himself and a cup of coffee for you. And passes it to you. And the priest, he says, for the fee, I can begrudgingly call upon the soul of one of the departed here to answer some of your questions, if you like. There are some stipulations to the extent of the Lord's blessing. You must ask your questions with simple positive or negative answers, and you only get 3 of them.
Oh, hell.
Are these acceptable?
I see. Of course.
Which of these bodies would you advise that I call upon?
I think he'd go for the gnome.
Dalakar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then the priest, like, nods, goes over the gnome, kind of says a prayer, holds his hands out over Dalakar. Dalakar, like, shudders. He doesn't, like, gasp and inhale, it's just his eyes, like, snap open. But they're, like, shark eyes. They're, like, dead, like, doll's eyes. And his corpse just says, "Release me." And the priest says, "We have questions." And Dalakar's corpse says, "Ask." So you have three yes or no questions. Or very simple questions.
Daggle, this is out of character. Daggle was Rainier, is the name of Rainier's father, right?
Yes, Daggled.
Okay. First question would be: were you sent to by Daggle to talk to the KnightLites?
No.
Sorry, doing a thonk.
Your wording is very important for this. Keep that in mind. You have 2 more questions.
Fuck.
Must not interrupt. Ah!
You know?
Yeah, going nuts.
Think of what
I can't-
Falcon would think.
I can't. Ah. Fuck.
Think what Falcon would think.
It's always when you're put on the spot, it's the hardest.
I point out you also have a buddy.
Yep, you do have Azure Edge.
Yeah, probably like quietly to Azure Edge, like asking them what I should ask.
Okay. Azure Edge says, you could ask about the fireball itself, if it saw who attacked them. If you could ask why, well, not why, I suppose. It's a yes or no question, but I suppose you could ask if the gnome was in imminent danger and knew of such. You could ask if it had the Stone of Galore in its possession. There's many things.
Well, at least you confirmed my idea on asking one thing.
Hmm.
And Sokkam's going to like look to the body and say, "Were you in possession of the Stone of Galore?"
Again, your word choice is important. Are you sure you want to do that?
Something when the GM asks, are you sure?
Something when the GM asks that, the answer is going to be no. I need to think.
Not always.
Sometimes it amounts to, and what's your armor rating again?
Yeah, right?
I have been asked that question to just mind fuck me at times, so you know.
I regret letting Rock get brought out.
What?
I like that you think it was let.
Well, yeah, but
It was
I
more
mean,
of a that
you
was
would
gonna
have
happen
been
no matter what.
you would have been helpful here.
Well, I helped you get an opening, I guess.
I'm
At least that's how I
asking
see it.
if that's the question you want to ask. And the way you want to ask it. Gamzee.
God, nothing gives me anxiety quite the same way D&D seems to. Yeah,
Okay, so the gnome answers yes. You have one more question.
because he's gonna go with the other suggestion from Azure Edge.
Mhm.
Were you aware you were in imminent danger?
Yes. And then the spell fades.
Right.
And the priest turns and says, will that be all?
Yes, thank you.
And bows and leaves. And Cromley says, satisfied?
To know that the Stone of Galore was apparently stolen? No. To know that they did in fact have it as I suspected? Yes.
Shall I show you out, Lord Harper?
But yes.
Okay, and
I forgot the bar.
starts leading you toward the exit. So, while the nightlights are vibrating, do you guys have any comments to throw at Gamzee?
That went pretty okay.
Would have been nice to like note down what the thing on the
The ring. Or
signet was,
whatever.
but also
Okay.
Just to make sure on the word choice you used there, did you say, do you have the stone, or did you have the stone?
He said, did you have the Stone of Galore in your possession? That's what he
Okay.
said.
And the answer was yes.
Because very big difference if it was did or do.
What he neglected, yes, there is a very, very big difference. What he neglected was a time frame.
Fuck.
Yep.
So you're taken outside, and one of the guys at the door says, "My Lord Harper, your traveling companion says that they have a prior engagement."
Right. Protection. Forgot. Thank you.
He nods at you, and you head back toward Trollskull Alley. Meanwhile, we crossfade. Lawrence, you're the first one back to Trollskull Manor. You have Rainier's stuff. It's like you and Rainier have a moment where he's like eating and you're just like hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, I've brought back like BLTs.
Yeah, totally. And Rainier, like we fade in on you two talking, and Rainier says, "You're not gonna believe this."
What happened now?
I
mean, Lawrence is probably glancing over. It's like, where'd I leave that bottle of rye?
Leaf put it on the shelf for you.
I figured it'd just be like, oh boy, now what?
I did some asking around while I was waiting. Turns out there were 3 Zentarum at the scene, and one of them escaped.
I mean, Lawrence's eyebrow would go up like, really? Somebody got
Erstal
lucky then.
Floxen. Yes, indeed.
sorry, was that a name or I didn't catch it?
Erstal Floxen.
Okay.
Well then.
Apparently, Erstal and his associates were employed at Growlhund Villa, somewhere in the North Ward. Obviously, the Growlhunds have been spoken to by the Watch, but no one has broken into the estate, and everything was fine. The constables didn't have a search warrant, so they were turned away, which I think is suspicious.
So it's time to do some investigation. Fun.
Rather. Let's hope your friends have something more useful in mind. And then we crossfade to everybody. Like, it's after dark. Well, I guess everybody but Rock.
Quick note on that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make a quick stop by the manor to drop off some of the bells and keeping a couple in most of the stream. I'll just be like, set it up in the windows.
Yeah,
Lawrence
totally.
is passing the sandwich.
Yeah,
Totally.
take the sandwich.
So we crossfade to everybody but Rock in Trollskull Manor after dark.
And I'll give Lawrence the gold to pass out to everyone.
Nice.
So everyone gets 200.
So you guys can report in with each other, and I will turn the floor over to you guys to talk for the last, 15 minutes or so. Rainer will be
So-
mostly listening, but I'll chime in if he needs something.
Oh shoot! I just realized.
What?
I was hoping to scoot down to the graveyard before dark, but it's too late now.
You should have spoken up.
Yeah. Oh well.
You wouldn't have had time to do that and get back to meet the others anyway. That's across town. Yep. The floor is yours, NightLites.
Well, I have news.
No.
What'd you
I'm
find?
probably gonna get kicked out of the Harpers.
Why?
I had to throw around a lot of weight to get this done all to.
Alright, who did you kill?
I didn't kill anyone, I just showed off my badge a lot.
And Lawrence just gonna be like, ah, hell.
Long story short, 200 gold pieces down, a speak with the dead. That gnome did have the Stone of Galore, and did know they were in danger.
Any idea where it is now?
Something about that has been bothering me, Sockham. Now that you bring it up, perhaps someone in your associates could give some more light on that situation. If he was struck from behind, as the burns indicate, how did he know he was in danger?
That's true. Azurage brings up a good point of if he was stricken from behind, how did he know he was in danger exactly?
Well, maybe he knew he was being hunted.
Yeah, rather a different danger, perhaps. Which would mean that the attack didn't come from the Black Network. Which
Do
means
you
there's
think-
a third party involved.
Sockham does the squid hand on his chin. Anyone with me on this thinking? Like, is that just me?
Yeah, the Zants
Yeah,
are a
no.
likely suspect, yes.
Yeah. Which means the
stone-
golem, this like possible golem that attacked.
A rock that can deliver information on anything sounds like something they'd want.
Yeah.
I mean, Rainier, like, looks a little bit confused. He says, of course they want it, it's Xanathar's.
Fair point.
No, I mean, the Stone of Galore belongs to Xanathar.
Oh,
What?
Of course.
Lords would go very pale.
Yeah, my father had his agent steal it from Xanathar some years ago. ...
Exclamation point.
so what I'm hearing is we almost went to war with the squid hand.
You went to war when you rescued Flume.
Yeah,
Right,
fair
let-
point.
Let
Well,
me
we're several
change.
battles deep, and now what's the strategy?
Find the Stone of Galore, obviously.
Do you guys remember that door we found underground? Think we should try busting through it?
What?
Door we found underground. What?
Yeah, remember? There was that big door where we found Floon. He does the squid hand, went through it.
Oh.
Oh, right.
I mean, I'd rather not go down there and try and
Yeah.
tangle with that thing.
First time around was bad enough.
Yeah.
Up
Yeah.
here, we are relatively safe from the clutches of the Xanathars. They have agents, certainly, but Xanathar himself or his ilk aren't going to make an appearance. We have the sun to protect us, if nothing else. We start venturing down into the sewers or the portal, and bets are off. Better to stay up here, I think. If the
Agreed.
Stone of Galore has passed back into Undermountain, so
So
be
did
it. At
the
least
wasp.
my father doesn't have it.
Fair. No, let's hope that's not the case.
Agreed.
Last thing we need is squid face getting a hold of it.
Did any of you find anything concrete?
Well, me and Connie were over getting some talk to Laffalier, and I was giving a hand with the tea. Asked what they had seen, and apparently one of the guys that got attacked escaped. And they know a name.
You see Rainier look at Lawrence.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. We were just talking about this.
Go on.
Rainier says something in Elvish. Does anyone speak Elvish? Let me make absolutely sure Rainier speaks Elvish first. 1 second. I feel like he's got to know at least another language. Hang on.
I still have
Fox
a,
Rainier.
Nope, he only speaks Common. Never mind.
I was gonna say I still have a language token, but I don't know when Kanye would have picked up Elvish.
He said he's like kind of like mumbles to himself and starts side-eyeing Brayden. I think actually no, I think that's the tipping point. I think he stands up and he says, "Lawrence, can I talk to you for a moment?"
I mean, Lawrence, for his part, would look around at the rest of the group, be like, anything to say to me, you can say to them.
I don't particularly like being outnumbered.
We're a family.
Rainer puts his
There's
hands.
something we should
Ra-
be concerned about.
Rainer puts his hands up like I warned you, and he says, "All right, Braden, how long have you been in the Zentarum?"
Oh
Blink.
boy.
Lawrence's head would snap around like,
What?
So good on my day.
I just feel the need to really quickly.
Go on.
Gotcha.
Rainer's got his hands up like, "Don't stab me!" Like,
And you cut out at the worst time.
oh, rip.
First of all, look at Braden like. Excuse me, what did he say? Hello?
Hi,
I hear ya.
Delta.
Yeah.
Can you,
It's like
Okay.
a, can you believe this guy?
my connection's been a pain. Hold on.
Okay. My connection is also being a pain.
Yeah, same.
There you go.
It might just be Discord.
Yeah, it's Discord. Go ahead, Delta.
Fix, maybe? No. Still
I don't know.
the
We can hear you fine.
Use are all robots for me, great. eh. Ah.
We can hear you. Just talk.
Aye. I think you look at Rainier and be like, makes you think I'm in this Zimtar.
Looking at Rainier like, go on.
The only people who know that someone escaped the scene are in the Black Network.
They said they were looking over their balcony and seen someone like run off after the thing. Like,
And you heard this from Lafayette,
I was helping them get the tea.
well-known Zentarum informant. I know from the Harpers that are watching them. How long have you been a Zent?
It's like it takes a deep breath and it's like. Couple of weeks. Why?
You see Rainer slowly put his hands down.
at that.
It's like Braden just relaxes. Like, right, fine. So,
I mean, sock him if you want to.
I mean, Lawrence, for his part, would probably look like he just got punched in the gut. Because
Braden, what's your armor class?
congratulations. Huh? Say again?
Braden, what's your armor class?
armor class.
Yeah.
Oh god.
15.
Oh dear.
Okay, so you can decide how you don't get hit, but Salcom just swings at you. Just make fist, haymaker.
I could like grab his chair and flip himself out of it with like and hold the chair above him.
Okay, yes, you just like flip up, hold the chair above you. Rainer's on his feet with his hand on his sword.
And just like drops it. Like, Braden just drops the chair behind him and sits down again.
You moron, do you know how many people I lied to about that? Apparently lied to. God, in a group like that?
Why the fuck would you join the Zents?
Lawrence, for his part, just looks like he got punched. Like, congratulations, you just confirmed every single one of Master Ember's fears.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, he probably just, he's pale. And he'd probably walk out. Just
Okay.
like, I can't deal with this.
Okay. So Connie and Salcom, you've got Braden like dead rush. Rainer will back you if you guys want to draw steel on him. It's up to you.
I think Sockum's got the lightning riding his marks.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Like the rage is about to come out. I could
Connie's
call
more
Mother.
sad than angry.
All right, a couple of weeks. All right, simmer. It might not be as bad as we think it is. Brayton, there's a ritual involved in joining the Zentarum.
Really?
They might not have done it yet.
Brayden, show us your underarm.
Under.
It's nothing to show, it's already been done.
I think Rainier sits back down and like puts a hand to his face, like fuck. Well.
Oh, good. My
All
brother's
the
gonna
guilds
die.
out there. Why the Zents?
Salcom, we have bigger problems.
To you, they are bigger. This is family.
No, listen. The Harpers and the Zentarum are at odds. You have to report him. Or arrest him.
He like runs his hand down his face.
And if you don't, I'll have to. And I assume you're not going to come quietly, Brayden.
Guessing there's not much of a choice in it.
Especially not because I can and will call Mother Bear.
There's no,
Yeah.
like, we can't undo this. There's no backing out. There's no, oh god, what have I...
Not in the Zentarum, no, unfortunately.
I think Sokkum just takes a wide swing at the wall.
And gets these punch the wall. You're a fucking Goliath barbarian, so the wall like cracks. And Rainier like puts his hand on his sword and he says, Brayden, I'm sorry. There's a cell waiting for you. This is not going to be pleasant. But it will be more pleasant if you do this quietly.
Okay, you arrest him, then what happens to him?
Mert.
Fuck.
Fuck.
That tub of pudding is gonna have him on a pike by morning.
You'll make this difficult, Brayden.
From the sounds of it, he made this difficult to will.
I'll admit it was... I did jump into it a bit. So it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Really, it seemed like a good idea at the time to join a guild of murderers, thieves, and downright disliked people.
Technically speaking, Salcom, about half the city likes them.
Well, yeah, but
Still, you chose a side, and at least Salcom and I are on the other side.
that's not a good thing when it's family.
So,
I think you would understand that, Rainier.
taking a step away from Rainier for a second, Brayden,
Okay.
you've got two choices. Well, three. You got three choices.
Aye. Run, fight, or go quietly.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
The last shot of this episode is going to be Brayden making that choice. Which is it? I know what the most interesting one is, but I'm not going to push you.
Aye.
All my friends are dead.
I don't think he can win the most interesting one.
That's
I
not
don't
the
know
most
if he got up
interesting
his
one.
sleeve.
That's not the most interesting one.
Yeah, the most interesting one is
It's
not
not.
that.
No.
Oh.
I have a feeling I know
Welcome.
what it is, but I'm not gonna.
Welcome.
I will say this definitively, Brayden. If you give, you're making a new character next week.
Yeah, I know. I kind of
Okay.
figured that.
Okay, so
He's your brother.
Great.
At least give him a head start.
10-second head start, you know.
I think at that, Rainer closes his eyes and he says, 10, 9, 8.
Sock. I think
I
Sockham follows.
before he starts,
Follows suit, turns around, Azure Edge, and covers his own eyes.
Yeah, right.
What's up, Delta?
What's that, Delta?
trying to say things, and
Yeah, it's fine.
Come on,
You
Phil.
just stab him between the shoulder blades, right?
no. It's before Rainier started counting. I was gonna say I plan to keep this as quiet as possible. I really don't want to bring anybody else into it. So let us slowly get up. And I sure as shit ain't turning on family. So then he would start counting, then out.
So you just run. So the last shot is Braden, right? His face mostly covered. We see the glint of moisture on his shadowed face as he like runs out into the night, and that's the last shot of the episode.
Jeez.
Fuck.
Fuck!
I was hoping I was gonna be there when this happened. Why did I have to get a night job? What's wrong with me?
So, yeah.
Nightfall, where
Gets
are
out of the
you?
bag now.
The good news is you don't need a new character yet.
Yeah.
So, yes, let's do some shout-outs. Gracie?
Hey, I'm Birchmila, aka Gracie. I do a lot of art and things for Kids Channel, and I also love tabletops. So if you like either of those things, give me a poke. And you're actually gonna hear the end of my sentence this time because I finally adjusted the cutoff on my push to talk.
Huzzah! And also, never a dull moment in Waterdeep, is there?
Right?
Gamzee, give us a shout-out.
He's having connection issues.
Good shout-out.
Nope. I just
Nope, there he is.
didn't actually have my finger on the right button. I was pressing 1. As always, I am boy. I am the bard in training, available at a single click whenever you need assistance of any kind. Though, don't ask me for help with algebra, I'll probably just tell you 42 and leave you unread.
You have fun tonight, Gamzee.
Yeah.
Good. Trace Garrett, give us a shout-out.
Hi guys, Tracecare here. Fuck. If you need someone to hang out with or, talk shop while we're dealing with things, I'm always happy to babble about tabletop, knitting, video games, whatever. I'm a mod for Kids Channel, so if you can't find me there, you can find me on their Discord. So hit me up if you need anything.
Hope you had fun tonight. Brightwind.
Oh boy, that was yeah. I don't really know how to follow that up. Yeah, I'm Brightwind Inc. and sometimes you can find me doing art stuff on Brightwind Inc. on DeviantArt, Facebook when I can be bothered to post, Twitter when I remember I have one, and Discord. So mainly DeviantArt and Discord. But yeah, thanks for having me, and I chose a bad night to get a night job.
Yes, you did. And a bad night to give up drinking. And last but certainly not least, Delta 008, give us a shout-out.
Yo, I'm Delta, your resident mad Scotsman. You'll find me in the Kids Channel, usually doing tabletop stuff, playing games, Warframe, whatnot. If you ever need a hand on something, give me a shout, and I'll try not to stab you in the back.
Right? We will see. I have some ideas. We'll talk after the show. For my part, I am the Sharp-Eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. This is a channel that is devoted to lore and storytelling, world-building, role-playing, and discussions of those things. So if that's to your fancy, you're an excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoyed your time with us. I stream as often and every day that my health permits me to do so, with video games in the afternoon and something tabletop-related in the evenings. Tomorrow, we very well might have a Session 0 for our upcoming Crown of Fangs. We'll see. But we'll try to have Neo 2 in the afternoon either way, providing the weather lets me get out of bed, which it did not do today. You just watched Decisive Action into Waterdeep featuring the KnightLites, our weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition module double feature of Waterdeep Dragon Heist and Dungeon of the Mad Mage. It is hectic, to say the least, but I'm having fun and I hope my players are too. For now, I think I can speak for everyone when I say I need to get out of here, but when I do, I'll be hosting someone who I like, someone who I hope that you all will like, and can spread some of the love that was felt here today over on their channel. And check back here, because I'm always hosting someone and you might find your new favorite streamer that way. But now, as the curtain falls, it's time for me to leave you with these parting words. From myself, my keepers, and those joining me on the stage this evening, to all of you, the regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers, whether you're just having a seat by the fire or you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell. And hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow as we find out what comes next with a new chapter. Good night, everyone. Thank you for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon.